Kalen. Well met. Welcome to our premiere episode of Villains Wanted. This is our interim campaign before we kick off something larger, long lasting, being run by a friend of the show, Jake. We'll get to him in a second. Here on the Dungeon Scrawlers, several of us are regulars and several of us are beloved friends and guests on the show. I am Eric Scott DeB. I'm playing Nicholas, the reborn necromancer who specializes in pretending to be Vecna. I have had my hand and or eye cut out so many times now. It's going to be great. I wanted to tell you about our dice partners. One of them is Norse Foundry. It specializes in metal dice. When you roll those dice, it feels like you are skillfully smashing the rigid armor of the monster horde. I did that from memory. I hope that was correct. You can check out exclamation point Norse Foundry for a discount and check out their stuff. Also, there's Phoenix Dice, which is named after the creature that rises from the ashes. Phoenix Dice is all recycled materials, reusing those things that are potentially choking our planet. Hopefully those dice will not choke you with ones. And on that note, take it away, Allie.
What a lead in. All
Yeah,
right.
I do that intentionally, just to make Allie go, what?
Hi, everybody. I am Alexander Pitchford. I am a writer, game designer, and TTRPG streamer. I'm going to be playing Lady Hellblade, a death knight, to put it very mildly. She's going to be a lot of fun, I think. And today I'd like to tell you about one of our sponsors, which is going to be, as ever, the amazing Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms. Idle Champions is a strategy game that unites iconic Dungeons & Dragons characters from novels, campaigns, and popular shows into one epic adventure, including Farida, Havilar, and Mehen from the Brimstone Angels novels. The game is available for PC and Mac on Steam and Web, Epic Games Store, Google Play, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch, iPad, iPhone, and on all Android devices. For more information, check out idlechampions.com. And Amanda?
Hi, I'm Amanda Cherry. I write stories about powerful women who aren't very nice. And along those lines, tonight I will be playing Apathy Blue. She is a tiefling warlock / rogue with a wicked criminal past, a lot of interesting tattoos, and absolutely no time for you. And now we're going to hear from Ross.
Hello, I'm Roz, or Ruzilla on Twitch or other platforms, and I am visiting over here. Thank you so much, Dungeon Scrawlers, for having me. I'm from Quest Keep. You can find us on Twitch and YouTube, and I am playing a swamp druid named Hemlock, or the Damp Avenger, who spends their time entirely in a platypus form and is a specialist in poisons. And I'm going to toss to Yang Yang.
Yo, what's up, everybody? My name is Yang Yang Wang. This time for this campaign, I'm playing a character named Tusher, who is a really scary-looking swarm keep ranger. But in his heart of hearts, he's a good guy and quite an adept put pocket. What does that mean? You'll find out. Take it away, Jake.
Well, hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us this evening. My name is Jake Hipsch. I'll be playing every other character than the ones aptly named here, as I'll be running the game this evening. And I'm very excited about it as I've been building this world out a bit with everybody here and kind of conceiving of it. I'll be playing a variety of agents, some bumbling NPCs, among other things. And beyond that, I'm an aspiring D&D adventure writer. I work with some video editing as well, and work a lot with RPGs. You probably saw me on the company Ink and Lyre for a little while, and so I'm so grateful to be here running an adventure with you all. It's so fun to be here. Thanks so much.
Yeah, we're glad to have you. So, what kind of adventure are you going to take us on, Jake?
Well, without further ado, let's get into it. Tonight we are playing Villains Wanted. In our world, the world that we find our characters in, a world of fantasy and adventure, home to mighty monsters and troves of treasure, there have always been villains, and there have always been heroes to fight them. And the call for heroes has been strong. maybe too strong. The amount of heroes who wanted to be heroic kept growing, and the number of villains to fight them kept shrinking. Now there's almost no true villains left for our heroes to fight. In the absence of clear villainy, heroes began to turn on one another, questioning each other's motives and beliefs. This doubt eventually gave way to a massive war as great heroes of the age fought against one another. That is, until about the last 10 years. We find ourselves in the country of Idle, in the city of Alamant. And in the last 10 years, villains have made a resurgence, all thanks to the Galahad Corporation, a secret company created with the sole mission to provide villains for aspiring heroes and to bring balance back to the land. Our adventuring party here, I cannot call the heroes. I must call you the villains. Each of you, in your own way, shape, or form, have found your way into the Galahad Corporation. And you now get hired as a cohort to go be the villains for heroes at low levels, medium levels, and high levels occasionally. And you're supposed to lose. And we're going to see how that plays out this evening. As we come into the city of Alamant, as you all wander your way through the streets, seeing the markets and bazaars, Alamant's a well-refined city. It has a kind of a metropolitan vibe to it. And you know that there's some technological advances that have been going on as well. There's a robust sewer system that operates. You see that clockwork has been integrated into a lot of the buildings, the structures. The clock tower in the center of the primary square is tolling 1 p.m. And it's a nice day. The sun is out. You feel the heat on your skins as our adventurers are making their way through the town. And I'm going to ask each of you, and I'm going to start here with everybody just rolling initiative.
All right.
Let's go.
Jake, you
Right.
monster.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20 for Tusher.
All right. Let me
course
see.
you asked that.
16.
Thank you.
15.
Of course, you asked that just when I accidentally
Ugh.
closed my character sheet, and I'm like, oh no. So
18.
18. Awesome.
all right, hang on 1 second.
Yes, indeed, friends. This is a story about infrastructure and economy.
That's right.
All right, I got a 13.
Awesome. And a 13. Wonderful. Tusher, as you're moving your way along, feel free to recruit any of the others with you as you're traveling through the town. But what are you up to as you travel along the streets? What's Tusher getting up to today?
Yeah, so I think Tusher is so what others might see of Tusher as he's lumbering down the street with heavy set steps is a large billowing like a ranger's cape with like a really large wide brim hood that covers most of his face and body. You can't really see most of his features, but those that walk close to him might hear like a slight buzzing noise. And as he's walking through the marketplace, he seems to be attracted to stalls that are selling food, especially foods, but not like the delicious, tasty, like fatty foods like glistening meat skewers or like sugary snacks. No. He's attracted to the places that are full of fresh produce, green, leafy greens, tasty berries, like that sort of thing. He seems to be drawn towards the foods that are like the most nutritious. And each time he finds one of those stalls, he stops and he purchases a little bit, which he secretes into his cloak.
As you make those the various vegetables go disappear, are any of your colleagues? Is anyone else walking with Tusher today?
Hemlock is walking with Tusher.
Hemlock, what does the townfolk see as Hemlock's wandering around with Tusher?
I'm 2 foot tall, and I've got a little leather kind of vest on, and it's got like a whole bandolier across the front, and it's all of my like little potions and acid vials, and I got lots of little pouches and stuff, all full of all sort of things. As Tusher has been picking up fruits and veggies, I've been meeting them like around the corner down an alley with like there's always someone around the corner to be like, you got the thing, and then it's like a little pass off of I got my money and they got my little like pouch of whatever's. And then I've also just been organizing on the side. I got a little like meet up with somebody because I want to make sure that this person's sock delivery is soggy. I'm doing all those sorts of little things with the people that I'm not in agreement with my guild.
You, as you're wandering around Hemlock, and Tusher, as you're going as well, as you're shopping at all these naturalist bazaars and stalls, one of the things that stands out to you to the most is almost every product there. It's almost hard to find a product that is not branded. And you can see that most of the branding here, it looks to say something along the lines of Potion Paradise, these two massive P's on the branding. And you know that this is a very prominent potion naturalist herbalist guild that has sort of laid claim to a significant portion of Alamant. You are well aware, Tusher, that Hemlock is actually affiliated to this guild in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
Ah.
I'm pointing it out along the way where I'm like, those are the good ones. You see those ones? They're born in a greenhouse, which means it's a prison for plants.
Mm.
And then I'll keep going on and on about it as we walk.
Tusher grunts in agreement at the end of each of her statements, and then whenever she points out like a really great product or like a hot one or something, or one that he might be really interested in, he walks over to there and he'll like just take some of it, and maybe on occasion shopkeepers will notice and they might protest, but suddenly they find that there's coin in their hand somehow that just got there, just appeared.
Yeah, so you're just slowly doing this, you both moving your way along the streets, right? And we cut over, and I want to hear a little bit about Apathy. What are you up to? And is any one of the other colleagues with you?
I am not hanging out with other colleagues right now because I am engaged in my side hustle that Galahad doesn't know about. And that is I'm hanging out sort of around the corner from the biggest, most corporate stall that sells ale, and charging people a couple of pieces of gold to cast frostbite on their flagon so it's cold.
Oh my God, I love this side hustle.
So this is my secret side hustle. These brewers don't want to hire me, probably because I'm tiny for a tiefling and I'm a weird color of blue that is strange and off-putting, and also because I have a lot of tattoos, barely wear any clothing, and have a very checkered criminal past if they were to look into it. So instead I'm gonna use their products for my own gains anyway. Sorry for them.
Awesome. Apathy, as you're standing there, you're casting this spell every so often. You actually notice that this like fairly burly looking semi-adventurer type, right, clad in these like leathers in the hot sun, they're like sweating fairly significantly. And it's if this is almost a statement that they want to keep these leathers on as they wander around in the hot sun. And they step over and they're like, please, could you help me out here?
So I'm gonna gouge them on the price a little bit. It's been like 2 pieces of gold for most people. One if I think like you actually are, down and out as I am. I'm gonna ask this guy for 5 pieces of gold to make his drink cold.
5 pieces of gold. Seriously.
It's hot outside.
Yeah, it's hot outside.
It's hot outside.
I was just benching too, so it was like really tough. I was putting in a hard workout over the public gym here. So yeah. I guess like fine. 5 to you.
Cool, he's got it. That's
all right.
He's nice and chilly.
As you cast this spell, right, you actually notice, Apathy, that you with the background that you have a keen eye for things that are going on that may be a little bit suspicious, right? You're immediately tuned into things that seem out of place. Yeah. You see, actually, as you look across the bazaar, you see both Hemlock and Tusher wandering around enjoying their day, but beyond them in an alleyway, you see what looks to be like a strange looking figure with a huge sort of like straw hat that hasn't moved in quite some time, and you get this immediate gut reaction that you're being watched.
Yeah, I'm gonna take his money. He's got his gold drink now. I'm gonna take a few steps away, basically to where I am hiding behind him,
Mhm.
so where this guy has less line of sight on me, and I'm gonna cast disguise self so that I no longer look like me, and then I'm gonna walk away.
Perfect. Awesome. You start to wander away, and we cut over to Nikolaos and Lady Hellblade. What are you two up to?
Eternal recurrence of the world around me. How many times has it been? How many?
I haven't exactly been keeping count.
Hmm.
As you two are walking, you hear the person go, "So you're gonna buy a doll or no?" And there's just a shopkeep sitting like less than 2 feet away from you during that statement, Nikolaos. Just
Hold my destiny bound companion. One moment. I look over to the dolls. What manner of dolls are these?
uh children's
Perfect.
straw and hay.
Is the straw and hay fresh?
Yeah.
That's discouraging. I prefer dolls that smell unsettling, will cause children upset. For instance, I pull a doll out of my bag, which is this ragged straw stuffed, and it has like pieces of bone sticking out of some of the limbs. And it's just the creepiest doll. For instance. And then I put the doll on the stand next to the other dolls. And the doll just like turns its head to look at the shopkeep and then
As
smiles at him.
as the doll does this, Lady Hellblade, what do you do?
I sigh, like heavily sigh. He's like this.
I'm an
Oh.
orphan, the doll says.
You know what? Take the doll for free. Take the doll for free. You know what? Sorry, folks. We're closed. We're closed.
Perhaps,
Time for lunch. Going for lunch.
perhaps if I soak it in rainwater for long enough, I take both the dolls.
As you say this, Lady Hellblade, anything you would like to do?
Are we done?
I have a present for you. I hand the new doll over to Lady Hellblade.
So this like 6 foot tall, heavily armored woman is holding this doll.
What does your armor look like, Lady Hellblade?
It is this black chitinous armor. It has like veins and stuff. It's alive. Very spiky, very like imposing. And seems to be like at like the neckline, which is like the only exposed flesh is like from the neck up, and like at her neckline, it's like there's like barbs burrowed into her skin. Like, what am I supposed to do with this, Niklaus?
Should make excellent target practice, I would think.
You're not wrong. She'll kind of tuck it like into little like her sword belt. So there's this little doll hanging off of her sword belt now.
As you finish tucking this in, you two standing there, all 5 of you in total, you all feel as something buzzes on your person. Whatever that object may be, that eventually will be your decision. But you feel a ping for a moment, and you know that this is sort of a calling card of your agency, asking for your attention. And the immediate thing that you are struck by is that the agency When this calling card triggers, you all have for a moment like a magical aura fall in front of your eyes, and it directs you towards an alleyway.
We are summoned.
Seems so. To work then.
To work.
As you all turn, and Apathy, as you turn as well for just a moment to see, hey, okay, where is this pointing me to? It is where that figure with the big straw hat was sitting in the alleyway watching.
Hate that. But but 5 pieces of gold isn't gonna pay the bill, so I don't look like myself at the moment, so I'm gonna walk over there because that's what I'm supposed to do.
Perfect.
I don't like it, but I'm gonna do it. Story of my life.
As you all gather over in the alleyway, you start to kind of like enter into the alleyway entrance there. And what you see down the alleyway is this figure sitting, huge straw hat on their head. They aren't moving, but you can feel this sense that you're being watched. You see that they're sitting up atop a cart. There's a pony sitting in front of the cart as you are all striding towards it. Is there anything anybody would like to do?
I would use a spell to unmute, and then I would cast Speak with Animals. And the pony is there.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm like, I'm with my webbed feet just in the wet alley, like, and I just want to, I want to talk to the pony.
Awesome. As you cast the spell, and as you you begin to cast Speak with Animals, what is your opening line to the pony?
I am the Damp Avenger. You've probably heard of me. Tell me all about all the great stories you've heard about me.
As you say this and talk towards the pony, you watch as the pony raises a hoof, strikes it against the ground as its head is low, and you see that the hoof flints with sparks, and you realize the pony has had a cigar in its mouth that you didn't realize before. And as the pony sits back up, you see as it goes, I know who you are. Damp Avenger, it's me, Percy.
Percy!
You recognize Percy in this moment in time taking this long drag on the cigar. Percy is the union rep of the Galahad Corporation for you all. Percy has been like a member of the Galahad Corporation for some time at this point.
Hey, buddy!
Hey, how's it going, everybody?
So I think Tusher has like silently snuck up, like right behind Hemlock. You hear like the slight buzzing of his presence, and suddenly there's like a big carrot in Hemlock's hand. It's your favorite treat.
Man. Drops his cigar for a second. Give it to me. Give it to me. I can't say no. As you hold out the carrot, Apathy, Nikolaus, and Lady Hellblade, you know that there's another person. Like, as you see Hemlock and Tusher interacting with Percy, you can feel the presence of another person as stepping out from the wall through a dimensional door. You see this extremely tall, almost like albino, like alabaster skin elf with pure white hair, but with flecks of green in it, styled to look almost like vines that are growing or moss growing down like birch bark almost. As you see her step out from the wall as well. Playing with the horse again, are you? Hemlock? Tusher?
I'm gonna like grab Hemlock's cloak, or not, Tusher's cloak, and just be like, it's her! It's her!
Indeed. So Tusher is going to pull back the hood of his cloak, and he's going to reveal. So a large Warforged face is revealed, and the metal on his face almost has like a hexagonal, like hive-like, pattern to it. Well, what's the job this time?
You all turning, you recognize, so Percy's sitting there, and the other woman who's standing here, her name is Aspen. and as you're standing there, you can see that she's wearing like guild robes, and you see a massive PP inscribed on her robes here as well. As she turns and looks at you, Percy, the pony, at this point has fully eaten up that carrot, like just devoured it fast, and has gone back down and has gotten back the cigar. Right, we got a mission for you, Aspen. Where's the third one? Where's Carter? Damn it. She snaps her fingers, another dimensional door opens, and you see like a hand starting to stick through it. She goes, "Get the hell over here." And she drags what looks to be this like very young, almost teenage, like just acne on face, looking just young, probably in like freshly 18 individual. As you see this half elf stumble out and go, sorry, I was late. I'm sorry. All right, Carter, quiet. I'm giving him the brief. Your mission is you've been assigned a low-level adventuring party. Recruits to the Adventuring Guild. They've been told to go into the sewers. There've been a lot of giant rats and giant bugs down there. You need to go in there. You need to go get defeated by them. They've been told someone is controlling the vermin.
Rats and bugs.
It's not exactly in our wheelhouse.
Bugs are.
Well, yours.
Vampires control rats and possibly insects. We can make this work.
And not exactly in your wheelhouse can't really be said by what I would describe as the potential laughingstock of our organization. So maybe beggars can't be choosers?
Lady Aspen, there is no cause to be hostile. We are happy to assist.
Yeah, Aspen, cool it. Right. We picked you because I think you would do well on this. And as Aspen said, you screw this up, you go on probation. I, the union rep, don't want this for you, but I will always fight for you, right? At our next hearing, make sure if anything goes that you don't like, make sure to tell me so I can bring it to the committee and bring it to the boss.
You are steadfast.
I like what you're doing here. I like how this is going. There's no time to waste. So let's keep going for a second here, right? Here's the deal. One of you needs to go approach that party. And you see as Percy sort of like does that thing where horses go like and raises up for a second and like shoves with the hooves as much as possible in a direction. And you turn and you see across the bazaar, you see this like pretty well-built fightery looking guy clad in leathers, covered in sweat, sort of trying to find another person to fill a beer. And you see as Percy the pony points in that direction and goes, right, that's Frederick, leader of that party. They got two others with them, and they have the ability to call a magical companion or two. Get over there, spread the rumors. We prefer that one of you is a mastermind, one of you is the brooding, devious lieutenant, and at least the other three, acolytes, cultists, I don't really care. We don't, the Galahad Company doesn't care.
Guidelines as to how many of them must survive?
Yep. None of them can die.
Oh, well, that's
Nicholas
just
Let
not
is
fair.
disappointed.
Hellblade will look over at that at Frederick and go, "That's a shame."
Now, don't be in such a hurry to kill.
And I
Only
talked to
come
that
out of
guy.
Oh,
We'll only come out of our compensation.
Yeah, remember, guys, we're actually heroes, right?
Yes.
Right?
No.
No,
Yeah.
We're just pretending to be villains.
we're doing a
Lady-
job.
Lady
We're just
Hellblade
employed.
says nothing and just stares at the teacher, just unblinking.
You all remember Lady Hellblade from our last assignment?
Hmm.
Yeah. Hi.
She's helping now.
Oh, welcome to the team.
Thank you.
So back to
Apathy.
business for a second. They're going down in the sewers in about 30 minutes. One of you should get over, make contact, spread the rumors. The rest of you start making your way to the sewers. From there, it's on you. Remember, you screw this up, you go on probation. All right, I don't want that for you. So I want you to succeed. It wouldn't be that bad if they went on probation. At least then they'd get what's coming to them. And you see that the teenager Carter is like, should they be careful or anything like that? Percy shoots a glance, and all of you are seasoned adventurers. And all of you naturally can pick up that some sort of bit of knowledge is quickly being shared between them. Any one of you can make an insight check if you would like.
Or
Okay.
Ooh, whoa. 16.
13.
14.
No, I'm way too mad. I'm just staring at Aspen.
I'm distracted by apathy being there.
Awesome. As you're all standing there, Tusher, I believe you got the 16. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're the only one who you're picking this up. Your insight checks to know that they're quickly silencing Carter. Whatever Carter is talking about, they're like, shut up. But then you see Percy, the pony, lock eyes with you for just a second and sort of give you one of those looks that is like glances to the right, to the left, and you pick up on the inside that Percy's like, hang back for like a second here.
Okay, so I think Tusher is going to walk up closer slowly to Percy, offering him a carrot. Percy, you know you really gotta quit smoking those things. That's gonna be really bad for your health. Chew on this
Yeah.
instead.
Ugh, who likes rabbit food, right? They're delicious, but come on, a cigar's good. Right, Aspen, Carter, we got our own mission. Go get ourselves prepared. Aspen turns. Good to see you again, Hemlock.
Yeah.
Carter, let's go. And almost like the scruff of Carter's neck, Aspen turns, snaps her fingers, a dimension door hits the wall, and she walks through it.
And her
Dragging.
steps are soggy now. Her socks are wet.
And as she steps through the door, you hear her go, "God damn it, my socks! Shit!" As she steps through the door here, and Percy sticks behind for a second as you're all standing there. As you're getting up closer, you hand the carrot, and Percy turns and says, "Yeah, I'll give it up some of these days. Hey, one thing for all of you. I'm putting off a tough act in front of Aspen, right? His team comes first. Be careful. Another one of the agents, their team just lost somebody. These heroes are getting a little bit more bold sometimes."
Anyone we know?
When you say lost somebody, you mean like killed?
I haven't heard more than that it happened. So when we get back to Galahad, I'm sure we'll hear who it was to answer your question, Nicholas. But yeah, killed.
Do you need me to take a look?
Potentially. I'll
You
keep
know,
that in
Nicholas,
mind.
most people do stay dead.
Unfortunately.
Nicholas, that's a good point. Meet me at Galahad after this. We'll figure it out. I'll open some doors.
Indeed,
It's a perk
my
of being a
noble
union
friend.
rep.
Well then, who wants to go and talk to the?
I've already talked to him. I can talk to him again. He's hot. I'm cold. I've talked to him. I'll talk to him again.
Like you're gonna flirt with him again?
No, I didn't flirt with him. I took him for 5 gold pieces, but
That is.
Well, I
pretty
mean, that's not
expensive.
much of a date.
it wasn't a date.
Yeah.
It was a transaction.
Your
Sounds
dates
like we
are
have our work.
transactions?
Sounds like we have our work cut out for us then. If he's that stupid.
He just I had what he needed and he had gold and exchanged money for services, much like we do for the Galahad Corporation,
It's
quite
not
frankly.
getting any better.
I'm going to quit while I'm ahead, or in fact, not ahead at all, but I'm going to quit now. And I'll go talk to him. And I drop the illusion. Now I look completely like myself. I've been sort of letting it slip the whole time once I knew who we were dealing with. But then I'll drop the illusion, go back to looking just like my normal self. And just ask the team exactly what they want me to tell him. Like, let's all be on the same page.
There's some sort of mastermind down in the sewers controlling the vermin, and they pose a threat to the city.
A
Should
vampire.
Should we say vampire?
Yeah, I could do vampire. And there's a dark, terrible enforcer with armor made of living darkness, shall we say.
Armor made of living darkness. Let me write
How
that one
poetic.
down. Armor made of living darkness.
Don't worry, you'll love it.
And they have a
He
creepy
pats
doll.
Lady Hellblade on the shoulder. Oh yes, creepy doll.
Oh.
They must not
Maybe-
take the creepy doll, however, it's cursed.
Cursed.
I can't believe I believed you were Vecna.
You should
very
not have
convincing, what
believed
can I
he
say?
was Vecna. No, you're not. No, you're not.
Most people believe he's Vecna when they first meet him.
He's
You're not
not
alone.
Vecna?
I could do a hot lich easy.
You hear as you're all going back and forth, and on that line, if I can do a hot lich easy, you hear the clock tower strike, telling you that about 15 minutes has passed since one. You know that this party of low-level adventurers is supposed to go into the sewer around like 1:30.
Okay. I'm gonna go find Leather Boy back out in the market square.
Awesome.
Make good choices.
Well, you set off.
Never.
We're going to follow you for a moment here. The rest of the party will more or less just be like starting to enter into the sewer, making your final preparations, and then you'll meet back up with them. But as you apathy stride forward, you go and you start to you wander your way over, and you can see that the man clad in leathers, who you heard his name is Frederick. He is standing there. He's chatting with what looks to be like this sort of half-elf, very fey-ish wizard, as she's standing there just sort of chatting with him with a martini and cocktail. And then standing next to both of them is this like very lithe-looking, dagger-wielding, kind of roguish character as well.
First things first, as I approach, all their drinks are suddenly cold.
As your drinks get cold, you see as Frederick turns and looks at you. Hey, somebody else does that too.
No, that was me.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
hi. And this one, for the three of you, it was on the house. By the
Oh.
way, I'm not going to charge you. Because I have a question. I hear that there is a vampire in our sewers, possibly taking control of the vermin and other frightening denizens that inhabit such a place, with an enforcer wearing armor made of living darkness. And this terrifies me because I'm small and feeble and light blue, and I stick out in dark places. And I was hoping that a brawny adventurer such as yourself might be willing to take on such a grand threat.
I mean, I can bench 220, right, gang? And you see as the fayish elf is just like, yes, you say that constantly. And you hear the roguish figure be like, vampires are kind of scary, in my opinion. But you see Frederick sort of look towards you. We can help. We're going to the sewers already.
I'll come with you. I can make things cold. I can even make vampires cold. It makes them move a little more slowly, so that you could bench them when they're frozen.
Oh, I I think, yeah, we'll always take more help for about 10% of the cut, though, of course.
Oh, oh, I mean, I make my living chilling drinks in the street. I wouldn't dare take a cut of the prize,
Done. It's
provided
ours
you
then. All
save
right.
the city from this pestilence so that I can keep making my living chilling drinks in the street.
How dangerous is this vampire?
How dangerous is any vampire?
At this point in time, you're starting to lay this rumor down. Do me a favor, make a deception or persuasion check. You have advantage on this.
Okay. It's the same number, so let's go this way. Oh, that was terrible. That was 12, but you say I have advantage?
Yep.
So I get to reroll that?
Yep.
Yeah, let's do that. Slightly better, 15.
15 is that's like 2 tiers up in terms of kind of convincing this group of the level of danger. You hear as Frederick turns and says, okay, gang, we got to prepare for this. If there's a vampire and it's as dangerous as any other vampire, we got to go split up, do some shopping, come back, get ready, we'll go into the sewer. And you think in this moment in time, Apathy, that you've kind of bought your team, including yourself, a little bit more time to make any preparations down in the dungeon, while in the sewer, while you while the party, the low level adventurers are starting to kind of like gather equipment for this, having heard a little bit more.
Cool. Yes. I will agree to meet this merry band of darn fools back wherever they want to meet, whenever they want to meet, and I will scurry back to the rest of my party. I'm just going to tell them I'm going to get like a cloak and some heavier boots.
Awesome. Yeah, they agree to meet you actually at the sewer entrance. And they tell you which one they're going to enter through. The sewer is enormous, right? It has multiple entrances, but they kind of outline to you. You see that the wizard, the Fayish wizard, her name is Daphnea, and she sort of writes out and explains exactly where they're going to be entering in through the sewers.
Okay. Her name is Daphnea, and Frederick is my my lunkhead. And the name of the third person?
That person you see is kind of skittish and scared. Introduces himself as Norville.
Normal.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And then you part ways. You race over to your colleagues as you are all entering into the sewer.
Okay. I will gonna give them the update that these guys are definitely going into the sewer. They think they're going to face a vampire and an enforcer wearing armor made of living darkness, and they think I am just some tiny helpless damsel that is a one-trick pony that can just make things cold. And there's 3 of them. There is Frederick, who is all brawn and absolutely does not have 2 brain cells to rub together to keep warm. There is Norville, who I can't get a read on, but he seems kind of skittish, like he's going to have more in common with the rodents than he does with any of the other upright 2-legged people in the sewer. No offense to our platypusy friend there. And Daphnea, who is an elf, who seems like she's the brains of the operation, but in comparison to Norville, who's not really speaking, and Frederick, who only tells you how much he can bench press, it's hard to tell just how smart she is. So be on the lookout for her to have a lot of brains or not. She could turn out to also be a damn fool, just like slightly less foolish than the others in her party. And this is where I'm meeting them, and this is what time, and we're all going to go down in the sewers, but I got to go find a cloak and some heavier boots because they think I am an absolutely helpless damsel who is afraid to get her shoes dirty. So.
Yes, you are very good at advancing that perception.
Making these preparations goes fairly quickly, and you all can, even with your boots and your heavy cloak, you can make your way into start to make your way all into the sewer. With the check that you've made, as you're again seasoned adventurers, well equipped to dealing with situations like this. You've been doing this work for a little while now. With the amount of time that you think it's going to take them to finish up whatever remaining shopping they do, you think that you'll have the opportunity. I'm going to outline a couple of different regions of the sewer. and you as a group will have the opportunity to investigate 2 of them and potentially kind of bubble wrap them before the party comes in. Now the heroes might go and adventure in other sections, right? And that's your job to potentially try to stop them from doing that. But with the amount of time that you bought that your team, you think that you're only going to have about enough time to investigate 2 areas here. So as you all are making your preparations, as you arrive, you can, I'm going to just lay out some things and then I'm going to let you as a team determine how you're going to approach this. You can investigate the sewer entryway, a place called the Clockwork Turn, which is where a ton of like clockwork mechanisms are all operating in the sewer and helping kind of funnel water, among other things. You can investigate the Putrid Pile or the Inner Drain. So you get to choose 2 of those areas to investigate.
I mean, Putrid Pile sounds great, right?
It
It sounds like
a
where
kind of
vampires
place.
would be.
It sounds like a good place for an epic standoff.
Does make sense.
So we should try and lure them there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's where the final battle should take place. So,
All right.
what like in terms of like getting there, is there one of the other locations that's like naturally on the way?
Yeah, and basically you'll move your way through the sewer entryway, right? But you won't spend time there, right? You'll kind of like make your way quickly through the sewer entryway to make your way towards the Putrid Pile should you choose not to investigate the sewer entryway. The Clockwork Turn is similar. The Clockwork Turn is kind of like a nexus or a hub that will help kind of guide you to all the other regions. So, but again, it's kind of like, where do you want to spend time?
And we may want to consider leaving like a trail of breadcrumbs to get them to go the way we want them to go, because absolutely no plan ever in the history of plans has survived contact with a team of heroes.
Right. We also want to discourage them from going other directions. So is there like an entry point that we can block off or something like that?
Yeah, you can definitely, right? I think this is up to you now. You can determine kind of where the 2 places that you want to investigate, if you wanted to pre-check them. Otherwise, when you are ready, if you all want to kind of like be prepping and say like, we want to block some entryways off, basically what will happen is this adventuring party is going to roll and start going on this adventure, and you will have to be responding to the shenanigans that they get up to.
I mean, if the Clockwork Turn is the place where they like could go and it sounds like it's probably cool. So we do want them to have a fun time, right? The sewer is a great place to hang out. Win on their part. Good choice. So, but maybe the Clockwork Turn has some like blood spattery stuff that points in the right direction. We block off all the other ones, and then they head to the pit.
Yeah, and that's where we could build up their confidence.
Confidence, yes. It's always good to build up one's confidence. When I served in the army, that was very, very important. I mean, most of the recruits did die, but it was still very important for them to be confident in what they were attempting to do.
Yeah, they did so confidently.
That's right.
So I want to just get this straight, just so I don't make any mistakes.
Of course.
Our goal here is not to kill them all.
Correct.
Sadly, no.
We're not going to commend their souls to eternal damnation.
Correct.
Raise their corpses as our undead army.
Also
Not
correct.
even Frederick.
In fact, we want to make sure they have a good time.
Yeah.
Quite the opposite of killing them, and yes.
I mean, we only kill real villains, of which we haven't seen any for like the past, I don't know, like 2 or 3 years, right?
Yes.
Just look. She'll look at Nicholas. I broke my oath for this.
And I am very apologetic.
There's a lunkhead in leather that you'll get to smack around a little, if that helps at
That
all.
will be fun.
It will be fun.
That will be fun.
And you do like to be dramatic, yes?
I do.
There you go. I mean, for swearing your oath to your gods to protect others because you thought that I was the Lich Lord Vecna was a very dramatic decision to make. No one anticipated that.
No,
So
least
now
of
you
all,
get
my
to do the
party
opposite,
leader.
I guess.
I liked killing him.
Yes, well, we all have our burdens to bear, don't we?
As
Anyway,
as you say these words,
Excuse
you
me,
all are,
Niklaus.
you're all arriving. So what I'm hearing, right? You want to investigate at least Clockwork Turn. Make sure you check that out. And then where's the other place?
The putrid pit.
Yeah, the putrid pile. Sure.
mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the putrid pit. Sounds good. As you're making your way along, and as you pass through the sewer entryway, you have to hustle a little bit. Time
Okay.
is of the essence here as you're moving along. What is everyone's passive perceptions?
Let's see.
19.
Perception
13.
14.
11.
11 from Tusher, I think. Yep. All right. As you're moving along, apathy with a 19, it's not enough, but it is enough for you to know that, like, imagine, like, as you're moving quickly into the sewer, moving from the direction that you're going, as you're traveling there, you can hear the clock tower strike yet again. You think you've bought some time, but those adventurers are coming. They will be arriving relatively soon. You'll have enough time to investigate these places. And in the back of your head, as you pass through the sewer entryway, seeing sort of like this mucky gray water that's been kind of putrefied, you can see old barrels and crates. And as you all move along, Hemlock, you sniffing it in, slapping along with your platypus feet. Apathy, your brain tells you, hey, I saw a thing that was out of place, but I didn't spend enough time to know what it was, if that makes sense. Like, your brain clocked it, like at some point you saw it, but it was like, oh, it's gone. So you feel it as it passes you that, like, oh, shoot, something was here. And my passive perception was just not high enough to really see what it was as you continue racing along, going deeper into the sewer. As you go then, oh yeah, Nicholas?
Question. Did we find an entrance to like the other part of the sewer that we're not able to check? Like a door or a portal of some kind?
Yeah, you can kind of like set about pretty quickly, like starting to seal off as many entrances to kind of railroad and guide these adventurers into a direction you would like them to go.
If there's a particular entrance to that other part, I'm just going to cast Arcane Lock on it.
Arcane Lock?
Yes.
Okay. Awesome. You do so, right? And you cast the spell. You hear is sort of things begin to seal, and then you make your way. All of you travel, and I'm going to move our Roll20 map here as you all travel, and you can start to hear hustling along. You start to hear the sounds of clanking metallic gears grinding against one another, and you make your way. And in our Roll20 map, you arrive at the Clockwork Turn. As you arrive here, you can see that in this sewer, you can see that gears and various odd spokes and wheels are sticking out of the walls here, and they're spinning and turning. You know that the Clockwork Turn's primary function is to help direct water, clean and dirty, in the directions they're supposed to go. Unfortunately, it's not entirely effective, which is why the putrid pile exists, among other things. As you arrive here, though, we're going to be using your initiative checks for a second, if we need to, but you've arrived in Tusher, you kind of leading the way here. You've arrived, you can see that it's a fairly dark and damp location. You know that if you travel to the west in this map, and I'm pinging it for you, so if you turn, you kind of get a sense of this. You think that down towards the west is where the putrid pile is, and to the east is where kind of leading to a major drainage system that will lead to a drain that funnels out stuff out of the city. As you arrive here, Tusher, you're arriving first. What would you like to do?
So the first thing that Tusher would like to do is he'd like to scout around for anything that might be really dangerous to the low-level adventurers, especially if it's like, rusted nails or like little things that might accidentally snag on them and give them tetanus or something equally just nasty.
Awesome.
He just wants to take care of all this.
Awesome. Make for me a perception check.
Perception. 17.
17, superb. You start to sort of root around, right? You're trying to get rid of things that might be like, wait, you said you wanted to get rid of things that were kind of nasty or that are going to stick to them. Is that correct? So you're
Yeah.
starting to kind of clear up the muck and the mess. And one of the first things you notice, Tusher, is that as you shuffle along, one, you notice that the gears are potentially dangerous, right? These gears are twisting and turning. It would not be a good idea to get your hand stuck into any of these gears. However, they're a primary part of the infrastructure of the city. But as you're traveling on, you actually spot a small tripwire that's strung up. It's taut, and it spans across this entire section of the sewer here.
I think Tusher is gonna call over. Yay, apathy! Hey, come over here. We got a tripwire. I want you to take a look at this and help me figure this out. You've got experience with traps, right?
Apathy, as you hear Tusher say this, right? You immediately getting drawn attention to it can spot it as well.
Are
I
you
was already
frozen?
suspicious there was something down here that didn't belong. Yeah, let's follow this thing. So yeah, I'm gonna see if we can figure out where it leads and what it's trying to trip.
As you're doing that, you'll be able to investigate that in a second. I'm going to follow Nikolaus, Hemlock, and Lady Hellblade for a minute. What are you three up to?
I think Lady Hellblade is looking around at the mechanisms and just like they are going to get their hands, like someone's going to stick their hand in these, like undoubtedly. I looks at Niklaus. 10 gold says it's the leather-clad idiot.
You're on. I'm looking around for organic material that I can use to set up a scene.
Okay, awesome.
Which is to say, I'm looking for a dead body or like bones or something.
Yeah, Nikolaus, you immediately spot that there are some bits of offal, of maybe some decayed corpses that have been down here, and you especially notice a ton of bones.
Perfect.
In the water.
Okay. Does it look like it's a fairly large pile that could be like a body or two?
Nikolaus, you have experience with this. There are a chunk, like maybe like 5 bodies worth of individuals have perished down here.
Huh. Wonderful. Okay, so I cast Animate Dead.
Okay.
And just conjure up a couple of little skelly boys to guard this door.
Awesome. Rad. Okay.
And since I'm a necromancer, I produce 2 instead of 1 when I cast this spell.
Superb. You see as the 2 skeletons, they rise up out of the ground, out from the bones. They start to rattle up, and they are making their preparations as they stand there, sort of waiting for command, being told, all right, I have to guard.
Yes, I give them their commands in Abyssal. So I'm just like, by the door. And I'm like, yes, it's so convenient to have these corpses here. Oh, I pull out the doll. And I tell the doll what to say. And then I put the doll, okay. I hand the doll to the skeletons and have the skeletons just nail the doll up high on the wall next to the door.
Okay.
I would also like to raise one of the bodies as a skeleton. Because I also have Animate Dead.
Awesome.
Because I am an Oathbreaker paladin.
Nikolaus looks impressed.
Oh, I love it. All right.
I'm gonna be a jerk and just for a moment use minor illusion to make Nicholas 2 skeletons sparkle.
That's not funny, Patty.
You know better than to call me that.
Patty.
Well, you know better than to flirt with straight adventurers in front of me.
That was not what?
Okay, I feel like this is like not the time for this.
Yes, I agree with her. There is no time for this, but this is. I'm gonna have to go because I got to meet these fools in a minute.
You started it.
Well, you gotta help me with this trap, because it could be really
First,
dangerous for them.
yes,
we don't really
should-
want them to be hurt, right?
Yeah.
Right? Right, guys?
You haven't had a conversation with them. Yeah, let's find what the end of this.
Yeah.
tripwire.
So before we get there, Hemlock, what are you up to?
I am. I'm at the water. I'm in the water. I'm
Okay.
in the water, and I am a little like.
What a pussy.
I'm trying to investigate it, and what I'm curious about is I want to know what else is in the rest of this whole facility based on the water's all flowing in this direction and then out through here. So I'm like waste and then like regular old like city water. What else can I tell from what else might be?
Yeah. No roll necessary in this moment in time, right? You spot what looks to be like, so there's waste here. You see that there is like some remaining decay of like a various mice or bugs that have died in some way, shape, or form, right? As you're doing this investigation, you notice that there's like some poop. There has been, and it's more so than like the stagnation of sewage. It is more fresh and larger, and it would require a nature check for you to start to kind of put together what exactly that might be.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna swim right up to the poop, and just be like, "Huh, what do we get? What do we got here? What do we got over here?" So that's gonna be a 13.
A 13. You know that whatever this belongs to, it's a fairly large beast. You're not certain what it is.
Ooh. I'm gonna take a sample in one of my like free little glass vials and just be like, might need this later. Tuck that back in my little bandolier. And then I'm just gonna backstroke back to the group to let them know.
Awesome, rad. As you finish Apathy and you, Tusher, investigating this tripwire, right? You sort of found its source. You think that this tripwire, Apathy, you recognize that this is Thieves Guild work. A trap that was probably never deactivated down here and never activated by anything. When the Thieves Guild eventually vacated out of the sewers, they would have probably removed many of their traps, but probably forgot some as well. As you investigated, this is a dart trap. And you can see that it is set up in a way so that it's actually hidden among the gears and would shoot a dart out to strike into the target.
Okay, we should trip this. We should trip this.
I mean, we could trip it. We could also maybe replace the dart with something less deadly so that maybe give the adventurers like safe practice to disarm traps.
Anybody have anything they want to replace it with, and also expertise in how to disarm and rearm a Thieves Guild tripwire? Because I don't know that we have that kind of time.
I worked with an archer once who had big leather gloves attached to the end of his arrows.
Tusha just holds up another carrot.
That's nice. That doesn't really help us, right? And I don't think flinging carrots at them is exactly the practice they're looking for.
Nicholas thinks by him, he starts tapping one of his eyes kind of unconsciously.
Are you suggesting it shoot your eye at them?
Don't give him ideas.
No, but I will consider that one.
Don't give.
It's weird because he's just like touching his eye, like, and it doesn't cause any issues.
I take it you have a history.
That's one way to put it.
We've met.
Something like that. Tusher, if you have an idea as to what to do to replace this dart, I'm not against it. Otherwise, I'm just going to trip it and let it trip, and then it won't be here anymore.
Yeah, so Tusher is going to utilize his mage hand, which takes the form of like a little swarm of ethereal buzzing bees. And it's going to carry the carrot like into the trap, where it's going to like he's going to shove it in there as sort of like a something to slow the dart as it comes out.
Okay. Great.
Oh, I was like, are
He's
you
not trying to
tipping the
replace
dart
the
with a
dart.
carrot? You're just putting a carrot on the tip of the dart so it's dull.
No, he's just using it to sort of like stuff the passage, so when the dart like comes out, it doesn't. It comes out much slower. Is the thought?
Okay.
Awesome.
And if all else fails, I'll take this side as we're passing through, and I'll shield them magically if I have to. They'll be so glad they brought me along.
Yeah, that sounds great. And maybe we can use one of the spare skeletons and put it near the tripwire to make sure that they see it.
They're not going to see it. They're going to trip it. That's what a tripwire does. And again, the one might have an IQ to speak of, but I'm not sure she's the leader. So
Well, that's why we could put the other unraised corpses like right in front of the tripwire, so that they'll be sure to see something's up, right?
Could instruct the skeleton to trip the tripwire itself.
there's an idea.
Well,
I
yeah,
mean-
that's true.
Nicholas never really needs encouragement to produce more skeletons, so I'm just going to cast Animate Dead again. I'm going to produce 2 more skeletons.
Wow. All right.
I'm
cool.
picturing that old Disney cartoon where there's like a bunch of skeletons and they're like all dancing arm in arm.
Just remember, we're trying to give them some practice too on their heroic skills, but like safe practice.
So I'm going to set up one of them by the tripwire.
Yep.
And the other one will just come with me.
Awesome. Anything else anyone would like to do in setting up this room?
We probably want to indicate which way to go in case they come here first. So we want them to know where to go next, right? So
That's
which
what the
way
doll
to...
is
I
for.
thought the doll was going to give that instruction.
Okay, so we got to make sure they see the doll.
It's going to talk.
I did just nail the doll onto the door this way.
Nice.
And
Maybe a little extra
it's-
light. Like we could put like a torch on the wall over here.
Ooh, yeah, it'll make it nice and warm for them.
The doll's not right within reach, so it's not easy to reach up and pull it down, but it's within 5 feet of them if they're standing next to the door.
Sounds good.
And if they have if they seem so inclined to pull the doll down, I will make them very afraid to pull the doll down. I have magic to make them scared. They will suddenly be mortally terrified of touching the doll. So the doll will not be no creepy dolls will be harmed in the course of this adventure.
Apathy and I have worked together before, so I think it's reasonable that she would know how the doll functions.
I
Which is to
couldn't
say-
tell.
Yeah, which is to say that I tell her what the commands that I gave the doll are. It has particular phrases that it will say when something happens. And I want to leave a couple of them blank for the moment so that we can fill them in as though we had done this as part of our heist planning, right? But one of them will obviously be, "Aha, you will never defeat my master," when they approach.
Awesome.
And then when the skeletons move to attack, it'll say, "Aha, get them, victims of my master."
Awesome.
So those are 2 of the 6. We still have 4 more that we can fill in as needed.
That sounded great. I think this
Okay.
is good.
I think this is pretty solid. You have a moment here. You can race forward as you start to separate off Apathy and I think start to head back.
Yeah.
The remainder of you have a chance to just briefly investigate the putrid pile in this moment of time. As you stride along, all of you, I believe at this moment, leaving your skeletons behind.
I
You
brought
all,
one with me.
you brought one with you.
Yeah,
You
I
all
left
make
mine
your
there.
way. And you arrive in the putrid pile, and you can see it smells terrible in here. As you arrive, you can see what looks to be just like a moldering pile of hay and other bits of like poop and bones. You can see that many creatures and humans and elves and other critters and the humanoids above have found and met their fate down here in this putrid pile. As you arrive, you can see what looks to be this mound super high of various refuse and other things as you're getting here, and you get this feeling for a second that you're being watched as you arrive here.
Are there any
Yes.
critters about?
You see a little rat.
Yeah. I got questions for that rat.
As you look at the rat looks at you, and you see the rat sort of cock its head. Hey,
Hey, buddy.
I've never seen what are you?
I'm a really big
Platypus?
rat.
Oh, you look like a platypus.
You're really smart. So that's great. That you're so educated. What's going on down here, buddy?
Thanks so much. We got a school for the rats. You know, we all learn. We read and
Nice.
stuff like that. So
It's so important.
yeah, I'm just here having dinner.
Who else eats in here?
Oh, these big creatures.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they got like a bunch of arms and teeth.
What did you learn about them in school?
I didn't learn about them. Sorry. We haven't gotten into that section of the library yet.
Yeah. Yeah. When's the last time they were here?
Oh, they left a little while ago.
Yeah, time's tricky when you're small. Like today?
Yeah.
I'll relay this to the group.
The rat is talking, and you all can hear.
Oh, everybody hears him. Okay.
That rat is fully speaking common.
Wow.
What a smart rat.
You guys, they got a great school.
They
I'm rather
do.
impressed.
We do.
I totally
magna
forgot
cum
to do
laude.
this.
If I had a
forgot
rat,
to
I
do
would send
this
to the
while
school.
apathy was here, but I'm gonna cast telepathic bond. We'll just all in the group chat.
Nice.
Hey, are you staying for dinner?
We're here with this guy's a famous vampire.
Oh,
Right. I cast disguise self on myself to look like Strahd.
ooh, you must be really powerful.
I am.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's a big deal. So, we're expecting company, pretty soon. Do you guys want to help out since you're so smart? How many of you are there?
We'd love to stick around for dinner. That'd be great.
Yeah, my other friend here's got fresh fruits and veggies.
Oh, fresh fruits and veggies. We haven't had those in ages. Sure. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so if you want to help us out, we just want to like lead. Our other friends are gonna come and join us, and we're gonna play a game.
Done. Yeah, I'm happy to go and be an assistant for this.
Sweet.
Okay.
The rat's in, guys. What's your name?
Sweet.
Me?
Yeah, I'm Hemlock.
I'm Reggie.
Oh, Reggie. Nice. High five.
High five. Puts a little paw up to get the slap on there. Okay, I'm gonna. One second. Kind of crooks his head for a minute. Okay, I've called my friends, so we're gonna be able to help out for dinner. I'm gonna go get ready.
Oh, guys.
And you see as Reggie just sort of starts to bound off.
Nikolaus, did you cast
Yeah.
telepathic bond on that rat?
No.
Interesting. Man,
Hellblade,
that must be one really good rat school.
Hellblade's gonna look over and just be like, "Am I the only one who found that incredibly disconcerting?"
You're definitely not the only one.
I'm sure it will be fine.
Awesome.
And I remembered I cast mage armor on myself.
Okay. You cast mage on yourself. I'm going to come back to you all now, and I can't wait for you all to describe how you set up this room for this encounter. But we're going to now come back to apathy as we come into, as you hear gong, the adventurers are arriving. And now we begin. As Reggie bounds off, you all are making your preparations. Apathy, you've made your way back towards the tunnel entrance, the sewer entrance, the only one kind of left open. And as you're getting there, you see what appears to be Frederick and the other adventurers. You see Daphne and Norval standing here as well, and they're all arguing with one another. And you can see as there's also this like floating bluish arcane figure that Daphne is holding in her hand, and they're all arguing. Going, if you can hear as you approach that Frederick goes, "I don't know what to tell you. They were all locked. Every door was locked that we tried to get into, except for this one. So, gang, this is the door we're going into." And you see as the bluish figure goes, "Yes, but do you not see the thieves' cant written on the wall here?" As Apathy, you approach.
Hello. I
Ah,
was early. I was early.
hello. Well met, adventurer. How's it going?
It's going well. It's a little dark down here, but like I said, I got here early and I went a little ways, not very far, because I didn't want to miss meeting you all, and also I didn't want to go down here by myself. That's why I talked to you in the first place. But it's dark here, but it's nice. It's fine. I haven't seen any mentally vampirically controlled rats yet, so that's good.
You watch as you're standing there as you say this, that Daphne, who is holding sort of this bluish figure, says, "Vellum, can you check her?" And you see as the bluish figure sort of scans you for a moment with magic, and you're getting the sense that they're just casting detect magic on you.
And I'm
in this
not
moment of
using
time.
any right now.
It seems, Daphne, that our new companion here is not enchanted in any way. Oh, good. Vampires are really good at enchanting things, I think.
Oh, that would be scary. I hope they don't try to enchant any of us.
Me neither. All right. What are we gonna do?
We're
Frederick
gonna
says,
go that way.
"Gang."
We're gonna go that way. It goes that way, and I've been a little ways, and it wasn't scary. So I think we go the way that I already went. That wasn't scary when it was just me, and then maybe we go farther because there's all of us, and so it won't get scary as fast because there's a lot of us. And Frederick can bench 220.
I was about to say the same thing. Yeah, let's go in that direction. Don't mind Norval. Norval is naturally scared at all times, so it's not a big deal. All right, gang, let's go.
It's all right, Norval. Being scared can help keep you alive.
Yeah, I tell Frederick that all the time, and Daphne, shut up, Norville, as they continue just shuffling along with you.
Is it bad that I only just got that?
Vellum being held in the hand goes, Are we not gonna talk about the thieves' cant? And then it just vanishes as Daphne just sort of closes her hand for a minute. We'll get back to that. Let's go. Frederick shuffles along. And as you go deeper and deeper, you are walking along with them as they're traveling with you. You pass by these barrels. You see as they go deeper, you eventually travel along. Do you say anything or do anything, Apathy, at this moment in time before
No,
you get to the clockwork turn?
I'm playing real dumb.
Perfect.
I am keeping an eye out because earlier I had that like, there's something down here, like at the back of my lizard brain. So I'm keeping more of an eye out than I would if I was with my partners, because if something's gonna jump out and try to kill us or eat us, I don't think I can necessarily count on these adventurers to survive it, and that could affect my paycheck. So I am other than being super vigilant, though, I'm not doing anything special.
Awesome. As you're keeping an eye out and trying to kind of like remember this, like even focusing in, your lizard brain is like, hey, I did see a thing and you just haven't focused on me for a little while. You actually recall seeing the thieves' cant. It was brief, but you recall seeing it and you know what it said.
Yeah.
It denoted area, danger, traps, spider fire.
Spider fire. I'm gonna keep that in the old noggin. We're not sharing that right now. Traps, that doesn't surprise me, right? I've just seen one. I've just seen a trap laid by the Thieves Guild. So like that's not a surprise. Spider fire, that's concerning, but it doesn't need to concern these guys because anything that was left here by the Thieves Guild is old enough that it might be irrelevant. And if it turns out to not be irrelevant, well, I've been warned.
Okay. Awesome. As you follow along with them, making your preparations, you hear is our heroes travel deeper into the sewer, and you can see as you arrive, you are arriving at Clockwork Turn. How many spiders or how many skeletons do you leave here?
I think it's 4. Because
I believe it was
Nicholas
4.
took
Yeah.
1.
I left 3 and I only left 1.
Yeah.
So
Yes,
there
yes,
should
yes,
be
yes.
4.
Yeah.
3 that are guarding the door that we want them to go through, and 1 that's going to trigger the tripwire.
Awesome. Apathy, as you arrive here, you see is getting here that it's fairly dark, and you can hear as Norville goes, "Oh, I can't see anything in this darkness," and Daphne goes, "Ugh," cast dancing lights as you arrive in the Clockwork Turn. You hear the and Apathy, you hear this voice overhead going, "You won't defeat my master," as you hear this like spooky little doll-like voice say, and you hear Norville go, "Oh, gee," and immediately kind of like turn and aim and just go, "What was that?" And the lights turn, and you see this doll, and Frederick goes, "It's one of the vampire's servants, a small creepy doll like that. I think we're gonna be able to defeat this vampire."
It must be a vampire's servant. Absolutely. Who else would enchant a creepy doll and nail it to the wall of a sewer?
Awesome.
Yeah, really, who?
As you say these things, you say, Frederick go, "Of course, Norville. That is exactly how it would go." I'm going to have you roll initiative, Apathy, with
Oh dear.
my heroes.
Yeah, do that again. Okay. 16. That wasn't
16.
terrible.
Awesome.
Okay.
As you do this, immediately with the dancing lights, as you say this and say these words, and "You can't defeat my master," Frederick says, "Right. Let's press on," and begins just marching along in this direction. I'm going to have the skeleton, if you would do me a favor, Eric, and roll the skeleton. Lady Hellblade, if you would as well, roll your skeleton's initiative.
Right.
You all have to try
Keep
to...
a moving skeleton. Oh no.
I should have been prepared with the skeleton stat block, but I will pull it up on
Right.
D&D Beyond right now. All right, here we go. So its initiative is gonna be, wow, 22.
Whoa,
That's one
okay.
fast skeleton. Wow.
Rude.
Lady Hellblade, what did your skeleton get?
Let's see. Initiative. Trying to find the initiative on here. Well, I rolled a
It's
9.
just underneath
Okay.
speed.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd predict like a +1 or a +2, so your skeleton's
It's
going to go last.
+2.
Yeah.
Skeletons are +2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Your skeleton hasn't moved yet, but however, you can have your skeleton charge forward as Frederick turns to see you say, "Eep, a moving skeleton!" And you see as the skeleton is charging forward with a nat 20 on initiative, what's the skeleton going to do?
It's gonna barrel right through that tripwire.
Awesome. You see as it barrels right through this tripwire, and you hear that, and this carrot comes blasting out. And I'm going to make an attack roll against your skeleton's AC for a second here. And you see as this carrot just collides with the side, and a dart in it as well collides into the side of the skeleton. And the skeleton takes 2d10 damage.
Wow.
Awesome. The skeleton takes 8 points of damage as the carrot and dart smack into it as it continues bumbling forward. Anything else that you would like that skeleton to do?
I mean, I guess it'll just go ahead and attack Frederick,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, so wow, it rolled an 18. It did 7 piercing damage.
Awesome. You see as the skeleton charges forward, and you see as it slices across Frederick, and you see as his leathers, right, they're sort of like loosely on him because he's been kind of like really sweaty all day. As the blade cuts through, and you go, and you see as Frederick sort of stumbles backwards a moment here. Is that is that skeleton's turn?
That's all the skeleton could do.
Awesome. The Frederick is then going to go drawing a great sword. Right, Frederick raises it high, takes a swing. What's the skeleton's AC?
13.
13. Frederick swings, missing just terribly. Oh, these skeletons, the servants of the master, they're so dangerous. Immediately, you see as Frederick goes, but I bench 220. Uses action surge. Immediately uses action surge to try to defeat the skeleton. You see as Frederick takes a swing again, and with a natural one, just throws the great sword into the water. And Frederick goes, oh, no, oh, my blade.
In the other room, we're like, it's only a few skeletons. This should be no problem for them.
Yeah, we're playing cards.
I have a 3
Yeah.
dragon ante set. I've just pulled it out and we're just like playing cards.
Awesome. You're playing the cards, right? As Frederick's sword plunges into the water, you hear as Daphne goes, Frederick, be careful! And Daphne turns, and then a ball of fire appears in her hand, and you see what looks to be that little bluish arcane woman that she was holding is holding the ball of fire and winds up like a baseball pitch and throws it as a firebolt shoots out over at the skeleton. And as you see with the firebolt, that it successfully smacks into the skeleton, dealing 5 points of fire damage.
That's how many hit points it had left.
The skeleton scatters with the fire, and you see Daphne going, yes, you're welcome, Frederick. Norville turns as we're going through initiative here and says, Frederick, you got to get your sword back. Should we use the whistle? Frederick goes, no, we'll use the whistle later. Don't worry. We're handling ourselves well. That was just first time jitters. Apathy.
Is there's still a skeleton standing, right?
Well, there are 3 skeletons that are over toward the west side of the room, you know, by the door that we want them to go through.
Yeah, you're picking up apathy. They haven't spotted those skeletons yet.
Okay, then I'm not gonna.
But they're near where the doll would be shouting, right?
I'm going to help, and I'm gonna go run and get Frederick's sword.
Hey,
I'll get your sword.
racing over. You go and get into the water. You can grab the sword. Yeah.
And I'm going to pretend like it is the heaviest thing I have ever tried to carry. Like, it is so big and impressive, and it's just an honor to have carried this very big and heavy thing back to you, the big strong man who is intending to wield it to save the city.
Thank you so much. You did tell us your name, right? I'm just checking. Did you tell them your
I
name?
didn't. I have not
Okay.
told them my name.
Thank you so much.
Um,
And you see he's like kind of trying to remember if you had told him your name or not. You're like, he's having this moment.
Ilsa. My name is
Ilsa.
Ilsa. Mhm.
Thank you so much. Sorry about that. This is our first adventure. So, we
Oh.
haven't done this too much.
Oh, I would never have guessed that. You seem like professionals.
And you hear Daphne in the back go, his first adventure.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense.
I think back in the other room,
Yeah.
Lady Hellblade has just had zero tells this entire game, and just kind of lays her cards and goes, "Go."
As the card game continues, as you're playing the card game, you see as a rat comes running up and goes, "Can I get in?"
Yeah, deal him in.
Yeah. You see as the rat sort of gets him and then like slowly lifts one up, looks at it, goes, cool, cool, cool. Lifts the other one up, cool, 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 cool. Hit me. And we cut back as you are all starting to play cards with this rat. Awesome. At the top of the initiative, as Norville is looking around, at the top of the initiative, Norville, you hear go, what was that? And Frederick goes, shut up, Norville, we're not talking to you. Right. With that trap being dismantled, I think we can continue this way.
Yes. I'm following you, Frederick.
Lady Hellblade, at any point, if you want your skeleton to act, I'm skipping their turn for a moment, but you
Yeah.
can direct them in any way.
Okay, I think it's just sticking with the other two by that door right now.
Cool. Apathy, you see as Frederick continues to walk and is actually walking kind of past the trap that's now been triggered and is walking down that way. Daphne sort of sighs and goes, all right, we're going along. You're actually up nearby them at this point in time. And Norville is still a fair distance off going, oh, wait up, guys.
Oh, yes, Norville, keep up. You wouldn't want to be left behind in the deep, dark sewer.
What was that?
I said, make sure to keep up.
Okay, sorry, I was busy listening.
Okay.
Okay. You continue along and make a perception check for me, Apathy.
25.
25. As Frederick and you continue pushing along, you step over the now deactivated tripwire. As you're looking, you all searched this room, but with a 25, you are like eagle eye spotting stuff that's going on here. And you see that there looks to be an arcane rune hidden under the water in this pool over here. And I'm going to ping it on our Roll20 map here for you to see. So up ahead of you, you can see that you're kind of like walking along these two ledges, and then they go into these dips in the pools of water. And you can see buried under the water, under refuse, an arcane ward that was missed earlier.
I'm going to want to not interact with that, and I'm certainly not going to want to let them interact with that.
Yeah. Awesome. As you see Frederick is sort of stepping along and then goes, right, we have to cross the water in order to keep going along. We're going in this direction. And Daphne is just like, why are we going this way? Apathy.
Well, I think the vampire doll on the wall would want to scare us from going that way. So that's probably the way where the vampire is, and maybe he's even vulnerable. So shouldn't we go that way?
Frederick is staring at you, and you see as he just takes a brief pause and goes, you're right. We should go that way. All right, gang, let's go. And it's then about faces as you make this brief argument. You see stumbles down across the water. You can see he is very uncomfortable, like how much poop is on his sword, how much poop is now on his boots as he's moving along. Daphne is following along here. And you hear, Apathy, as you're walking along, that Daphne sort of turns at one point in time and goes, Norville, hurry up. And you don't hear much for a moment here, and then goes, right, I'm coming soon. And we continue along until eventually you round the corner, and Frederick, Daphne, and you all see the skeletons. And the skeletons are all standing guard.
Skeleton!
Ha! We can fight them! You see as they go and fight,
Okay.
the skeletons can take their actions first.
Right. Well, two of these skeletons are mine, so they're just going to head over toward this new threat.
Okay. Awesome. They start to shamble along. Oh, one of them approaches up to Frederick. Is it going to make an attack?
Let's see. That's 1, 2, 3, 6. Yeah, it looks like they can both get up to Frederick and attack, so they're going to do that.
Go for it.
So one of them, and then I'll roll the other one. So one of them was a AC 7, so hopefully that doesn't hit him. And the other one was AC 16.
Awesome. Yeah, so the 7 swings, you see as Frederick sort of like shoves and gets out of the way, and then suddenly with the 16, a blade cuts up across Frederick. You see that he's like, oh, I'm pretty hurt. Oh. Frederick is looking pretty bloodied in this moment in time, Apathy, as you're watching this happen here. Okay, Lady Hellbrand, and Hellblade, anything you would like to do?
I think my skeleton will move to engage.
Awesome.
All right. Let me see here. Skelly. So it will kind of clank and shamble in and take a swing.
It's
Let's see.
shuffling along.
Mm-hmm. So let's see here.
Probably
Roll.
don't actually have bows unless there were bows in the
No, they
sword.
would have all decayed at this point.
Mm.
Yeah.
Let's see. 15.
Can I help mechanically?
Of course, yeah.
I'm gonna freeze the water, like coming off the skeleton's wet feet, so it
Cool.
slips a little and doesn't quite make contact the way it would want to, because poor Frederick's just not doing well.
Awesome. You
But
swing.
I don't want him to know I'm helping, so I'm just gonna make the skeleton slip.
In this moment, with the chaos that's going on in the darkness that's happening here, Apathy, I think this will be just a pretty effective you casting. It looks like you're actually, like just freezing some water here. You see as the skeleton takes a swing, make it with disadvantage.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's see. Second time, take the lowest. Okay, so it stays at the 15.
Stays at the 15. Even with disadvantage, that skeleton stumbles forward, blade swinging forward and cutting in. How much damage does Frederick take?
Okay, damage. Let's see. These, right. Well, takes 3.
3 points of damage. Frederick
Mhm.
screams, shouts in pain. Oh, gang! Norbert, where are you? And the skeleton shuffles forward, cutting in. Frederick looks bad apathy in this moment of time. Daphne is just like, Frederick, be careful. And as that happens, you see as Frederick is going to make a quick attack, striking against the skeleton, successfully hits, dealing your skeleton, Lady Hellblade, 11 points of damage.
Ooh. It's almost it's
Awesome.
barely holding together.
Just like shattered and beaten up. You see then as Daphne takes aim again, shooting at that one. You seem as though she is sort of like apathy. You're picking up that she's sort of targeting the ones that Frederick potentially will hurt, or is trying to kind of eliminate them out of teamwork. And you see as with the additional damage deals 5 points of damage to that skeleton. It explodes, shattering. And then you see as the last skeleton, suddenly a bolt comes shooting, and with a critical hit, Norville takes aim and smashes through, dealing 12 points of damage to one of the skeletons.
Oh, would you look at that?
So with one skeleton remaining, you see is one only with one remaining here. It's sort of standing before Frederick. And we're gonna have you go, Apathy. Do you want to do anything?
No.
Okay,
no.
great. You hold.
I'm gonna pretend I'm just so frightened and I'm so impressed. And yeah, no, I'm not doing it.
Fantastic. You hold for a moment here, and as you do so, all of you hear this echoing rumble of a roar move through the sewers in this moment of time.
I don't
You
think
see
that's
his
the heroes, guys.
I look
You
up
see
from my
his-
perfect flight of dragons that I was about to lay down, and I'm like, oh.
Oh, that's concerning.
As this is all happening, the rat goes, full house, and lays down some cards. Read them and wait. Anyone got anything better?
No, sadly. Say, little
About.
buddy, you seem to be a little bit smarter than you were a moment ago.
Thanks. Thanks so much. Hey, do you all know about the back room?
The back room.
Oh, come on. I'll show you.
Okay.
You see as Reggie quickly runs over, and as the rat runs over, you see as it taps on a portion of the brick wall, and a stone door just opens.
You didn't think to mention this before.
Sorry, other Reggie didn't mention this before.
Are you Reggie 2?
We're all Reggie.
Are you Reggie 8?
More like Reggie 20.
Oh, good.
Hey, Reggie, are you actually a rat?
Yeah. But I mean, like, what really are we, right? When I look in the mirror, I think I kind of think about, like, who am I? What am I doing, right? I
Yeah.
really ask those questions.
Take a
Right.
closer look
really,
at the
really
rat.
I don't
Smart.
have time
he
for
seem
this. And
unusual in
Lady
some
Hellblade
way?
will just walk toward the
Awesome. You see, as Lady Hellblade, you step forward that you could just like heft this door open if you want.
Yeah, she'll
The door opens. Make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, fun. Constitution. Oh, that's one of my good ones. 19.
Can I have cast? Oh, never mind. Never mind. I was gonna do
Okay.
guidance, but you got this.
Awesome. As you are the one opening the door, you see is like a gust of what looks to be these little spores push against your face for a second as they like the almost like sealed air of this doorway opens up and washes across, and the smell for all of you except for you, Hemlock, in particular, but and you too, sure, you're a little bit used to this as well. You can smell the musty heavy odor of fungi
Oh,
pouring out of this doorway.
Hmm. Well, isn't that interesting?
Guard your nose and mouth, Lady Hellblade. I think there's spores coming from that room. Who knows what sort of ill effects it might have on you?
I just walk into the room.
As you start to step in the, as you are about to walk in the room, Apathy, we cut back to you, right? This door getting opened up. As you're about to walk into the room, Nikolaus, you hear, all of you can hear the, ah! And Frederick and Norville, the skeleton gets killed off in their round of attacks here. And you can hear it echoing down the hallway. Right. You hear, get them! My master will defeat you with his servants. Echo across the chamber as well. And you hear Frederick go, not if I have anything to say about it, little doll, little child. Let's step forward. Apathy.
Before more skeletons come.
Yes. Is
And
this
like,
the right
let's
way?
just scurry. And we're scurrying. I'm just gonna like start running, maybe grab hold of Frederick by the arm, and we're running in the direction I know we're supposed to go.
Awesome. Nicholas, Lady Hellblade.
When they pass under the door, the doll's programmed to say, "No, they figured out where you are, master."
No, they figured out where you are, master. As you say this, and Frederick goes, ha ha ha, we're on our way. You all are racing along. Frederick is like so happy that you've grabbed his hand in this moment of time. Apathy, he is like, you can get this feeling that like, he's not like, oh, I'm being led by your hand. He's like, I'm going to hold your hand, like interlace his fingers with you. And is just like, all right, let us continue along. Daphne, sort of shuffling behind, is like, God damn it. Just sort of moving there. And Norville is silently following at this moment in time. The only thing you hear, Apathy, is we're about to enter as all of us are starting to gather together, is you hear Norville going, what was that? Just one more time under his breath. As you are entering, I'm going to first ask a question to Nikolaus, Hemlock, Tusher, and Lady Hellblade. Do any of you want to go in that room? You know that there's seconds before the others are gonna arrive.
I'm gonna go in that room.
I will, Lady Hellblade will put on this like helmet that's designed to go with the rest of the armor. It's like this chitinous, like heavy like helmet. And will kind of clomp back into the kind of like central in the room, heft her big like hell-forged sword point down
Okay.
in the ground, and then
Awesome.
just stand there
I was
and
gonna
wait.
mentally remind you, don't kill them.
I know.
Just making sure.
Tusher, Hemlock, what are you doing? What's your choice?
Tusher enters because as a Warforged, he's resistant to poison and he's immune to disease. So he thinks, spores, no problem.
Cool.
Am I the only person left in like the?
Lady Hellblade is like standing in the center of the room
Okay,
Mhm.
okay.
in this moment of time. Hemlock, what do you want to
Boss
do?
mode.
I am going to cast fog cloud
Ooh, all right.
inside this first room because I want like it's a vampire in here. It's got to be spooky.
Yeah.
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
Awesome. So you cast Fog Cloud. Are you going into the side room?
No, I'm gonna stay next to Lady Hellblade.
Awesome. So you wait, you stay nearby Lady Hellblade in this moment in time. Superb. Lady Hellblade, you are standing like full boss mode, right, in this moment in
Mhm.
time. As they're going apathy, you see as you're rushing ahead as well that you actually can spot as this fog cloud has started kind of like pulling across here, and Frederick and Daphne and Norval go, or you hear Frederick going, "Ah, the traditional misty fog of a vampire. I've read about this." And Daphne, you hear as you're entering into the fog and kind of getting a little bit blinded. Daphne goes, "What have you ever read? Ever?" And as you stride into here, is there anything you say? What is the scene as we come into this fog cloud? Paint the scene, Hemlock and Lady Hellblade. Apathy, if you want to assist in any way, you are going to be welcome to do so.
So I kind of envision Hellblade is, sitting there, hands on the sword, point downward, like tattered cloak, kind of like not fluttering because there's no wind, but like,
I
there's
make
fog.
wind.
You make wind. Her cloak is fluttering, and as the fog swirls around her a little bit.
Awesome.
You. Her voice kind of echoing, like that hoarse whisper, kind of amplified by the helmet. Have made your last mistake. And she'll lift the sword, the kind of like veined, hell-forged metal, just kind of glowing in the mist, and points it at them. Come, die. And then I'm going to, instead of I'm not gonna roll intimidation. I'm gonna roll performance.
Ooh, all right.
See?
A
There's a
tw-
natural.
I want to aid your performance
Oh
because
wow.
I'm doing like little like puffs to try to like move your cape. I don't have a
Oh
ton
my
of it,
God,
but
I
I'm
love
doing it.
it.
And then I cast
Okay.
minor illusion so that it sounds like bats when you raise your sword.
Yes. Well, I got a 27.
Oh my God.
Oh,
You
wow.
see this, you see as this fluttering happens, you see as Frederick steps forward, holding hands with you, Apathy, in this moment, and says, "By the power of friendship and our connections, we will not meet our fate here, villainous foe."
Are you sure I can't kill him?
You can't kill Frederick, villainous foe in armor made of living darkness. You
They're going to dock
cannot
our pay. Don't do it.
kill Frederick. You cannot.
That's right, Chillbeer lady. You are our ally. You're going to be helping us fight this villain.
Yes, I shall.
Awesome. As we go into our combat here, you see as Frederick goes, "And by the way, villain, we have a surprise up our sleeves." Frederick
no.
reaches into his pocket and pulls out a whistle. Blows it and no sound comes out.
Oh no.
Hemlock, you have the auditory capacity to hear sounds like this. And you hear the highest pitched whistle as suddenly, as it kind of like goes into your ear, you hear Reggie 20 go, "Oh, that really is uncomfortable." A bright light of divine light appears as suddenly emerging beside you, Apathy. You see what looks to be a high cleric of Saint Cuthbert, one of the major churches in Alamont, has appeared. Right. So where is this villainous vampire? Let's roll initiative.
Oh,
This is so
Yeah.
good.
I got an 11.
11. Awesome. So Hellblade is 11. I'm going to have both Tusher and Nikolaus roll initiative, but only tell me the highest for now. Because we're going to basically be cutting to your scene here as we go. Okay, awesome. And
gotta-
having yeah. So Hellblade got 11. What do we get? Apathy?
17.
17 for apathy. Awesome.
I got a 4.
4. Awesome. Okay.
22.
Oh my God, Tusher. All right, we're gonna come to you all then first. Superb, and then Lady Hellblade, and then Nick. Awesome, cool. Tusher, as you and Nikolaus are in this room, right? And I'm gonna now, on our roll 20, reveal this room to you. As you stand here, you find a room that is just laden with mushrooms and clouds of fungus. You see as mushrooms have grown everywhere. You see as this room looks as though it's been untouched for some time. As you stand here, as you breathe in with a respirator here, and as Nikolaus, I assume you're immune to poison because you're a spooky Vecna necromancer? Or are you resistant to it at all?
I am resistant to poison.
Cool. You're feeling the sense,
And I
Nikolaus,
don't
that...
breathe.
Oh.
So that's part of why I wasn't worried about
Well, then you're
spores.
immune. You're fine. Don't worry about it. So as you two stand there, you find this room just filled with mushrooms. You've heard kind of some of what is going on behind you. You think you're actually like semi a little hidden. Like they ignored this side room as they saw Lady Hellblade's badass entry moment here as a villain. You two are standing here, and as you're looking around, you can see that there looks to be this like old looking fireplace in the corner, but otherwise this room is relatively empty.
So Reggie's with us?
The Reggie has shuffled in here with you. Yeah.
Oh, Reggie. Are these the mushrooms that your rats cultivate to eat?
No, these are mushrooms we just we found one time. It's pretty interesting. And I'm just a heads up, I'm Reggie 6.
Nikolaus, do you think these mushrooms would be deadly to the adventurers?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Well, then we better
make
take
sure
care
they
of these
don't get
before
in
they
here.
take care of Lady Hellblade.
You mean take care of them? In what way?
Either neutralize them or chop them up or just move them somewhere else. Or maybe, are you immune to poison? Can you eat them all?
No. Even my body will suffer a great deal of harm if I do such a thing. I have an idea, however. You don't breathe either, do you?
I don't.
Okay, I cast Stinking Cloud in the room.
Oh, awesome. Okay. Oh, that smells so bad. As you cast Stinking Cloud, Tusher, make an intelligence saving throw. Nikolaus, make an intelligence saving throw.
6.
6.
17.
17. As you cast your spell, Nikolaus, spell got cast on you. You hear like, hey, I'm Reggie. Hey, I'm Reggie too. I'm Reggie 3. And you hear all these Reggie voices trying to go into your head. For a second, you shake them free.
Oh, no.
Tusher, you hear, hey, I'm Reggie. I'm your best friend and you can trust me. Follow my commands. And you get Dominate Monster cast on you.
Oh my God.
Oh, no.
Your commands, Tusher, will be to kill everyone you can see as quickly as possible for dinner.
Okay.
Awesome. So we're going to come back to you now at this point, Tusher. We're going to come back, and we're going to come back to the irregular fight that's going on. So as we see here, as that team has now finished, you again are basically, you can leave the scene at any point. You're as your characters and join the other scene, right? You're so close to each other at this moment in time, but the cleric has arrived. By the name of Saint Cuthbert, I will defeat you, vampire spawn. And you see as the cleric then raises a hand and casts on you, Lady Hellblade, Flame Strike. I need a dexterity saving throw from you.
Okay. 19.
19, awesome. 19, you are successful. You're going to take half this amount of damage as you take 8d6 worth of damage in this moment. You only take, actually, I roll like really bad. You only take 7 points of damage as this fire washes across you. You manage to kind of dodge out of its way, right? And you see as the cleric goes, huh, mighty foe, able to dodge my fiery strike. Frederick, you didn't warn me of how powerful they were.
Your god has no power here.
So scary, so unbelievably scary. You see, as you say this, that the priest sort of standing there is like, "Ooh, what?"
I feel like I love the suggestion I got the other day, which was that the helmet like make her eyes glow or something.
Yeah.
It's like that's all it does.
Okay. So the flame strike falls. You see as then the cleric is going to, that is their turn basically, and they're going to just continue to sort of stand there but shift back slightly and try to get behind you. Apathy sort of backing up a little bit in this moment of time. After that is going to be Apathy, your turn.
Okay, is the room still filled with mist? Like, is it just real hard to see the nose in front of your face?
The flame strike has helped with some of the fire to really burn away some of it, so you can see a good amount. But if you're trying to conceal an action, you're welcome to do so.
Mostly I want to like back away slowly until I am no longer readily visible. Like I want to act like I am scared and I'm going to back off into the mist. If there's not enough mist, I actually do have the darkness spell and I can create a spot of darkness somewhere that I can then disappear into so that later if I'm wanting to conceal actions, I'm not visible. This turn is just to get myself hidden.
Cool. You can just make your stealth check, right? And you can almost just vanish. Nobody's really going to notice what's going on in this moment of time. You'll be successful at doing so.
Yeah, stealth check, just stealth was 17.
Awesome. Cool. As you vanish away, you've gone and you've gotten hidden at this point in time, and you see as Daphnia lights a ball of fire and then shifts it and goes, "No, wait. Careful, Frederick. There's an ally there. Some sort of strange creature, like a giant rat or something like that. Some of the vermin!" And cast magic missile. 3 magic missiles shoot out at you and smack into you. And you take 15 points of damage. I actually rolled max damage there. That was crazy.
Rude.
15 points of damage. Don't worry, they can't be this. You can't. Don't worry, Frederick. We can probably defeat them, and we have the cleric on our side. The cleric you can see is like pretty unsettled by casting probably their most powerful spell and then doing nothing in this moment of time. Frederick charges forward, blade in hand, and says, "Have the vampire spawn!" and plunges the sword right at you, Lady Hellblade. What's your AC again?
20.
Oh, okay. The first attack, you see a sking blade just bounces off of you, Lady Hellblade. Awesome.
Lovely.
Okay. Lady Hellblade, it's your turn.
Okay. I'm not supposed to kill them. So let's see. Oh, this is it's tough because like I'm not I'm just gonna I'll just take a swing. I'll just take a swing at Frederick.
Cool.
Get into a nice little back and forth sword fight. So I'll take a swing with my great sword. It's an 18.
18. You're gonna hit Frederick. Basically, at this point in time, if you choose not to kill Frederick, you can just make it look good.
Yeah, I'll just make it look good.
Okay, great. So you're battling back and forth in this moment of time, Lady Hellblade, and Hemlock, you spot this. Apathy, you're kind of hearing it too, as you hear, "Okay, yeah, I can do what you want me to do, Reggie." As you hear, "All right, Reggie, I'll do what you want." And you see Norville just pulling the crossbow out and aiming it directly at Daphne in this moment of time, Daphnia. And you see as Norville takes a shot against Daphnia, and you see a little rat sitting on Norville's shoulder. like whispering in Norville's ear. Takes a shot. Daphne, you see, turns and casts shield, blocking the bolt away and going, Norville, what are you doing? In this moment of time. And Apathy, you can hear Daphne go, God, incompetence all around me. Awesome. That's Norville's turn, taking the shot there. We are going to go Hemlock. Yep.
Oh my gosh. My first thing is I'll use my bonus action and I'll say, Master, I will help you, as I'm next to the vampire. And I will summon my healing spirit, and I make a hissing noise like a vampire, and I summon a Canadian goose that makes a hissing noise like me as the healing spirit. But it will also heal Frederick, because it will.
Oh, rad.
It has like the idea is that it's anyone within 5 feet of it.
Okay, great.
So 1d6 to everyone around them. So it's sort of at the feet of Lady Hellblade is a cobra chicken, but also healing everyone else around them.
You hear Frederick going, I'm feeling more invigorated by the second for this fight. Ha ha!
Nice.
My own self-stamina is driving me forward. Awesome.
And then on my turn, I can see Norval, right? Yeah.
Yes.
And can I see the rat?
Yeah, you can see Reggie sort of sitting there going, just whispering in Norville's ear.
Right. Okay, so I'm going to take a shot at him with my crossbow.
Awesome. The stakes here is that if you roll super low, you're going to hit Norville.
Yeah, it's okay. I won't use acid arrows.
Cool.
Oh my gosh, nat 1.
Oh! Okay, awesome. You take your shot, deal your damage.
Oh no. 9?
Okay. You see as the air bolt flies true, just hits right into like Norville's chest in this moment. And you see as Norville's just like, oh, ouch, oosh, and it's okay, still standing, but just like it's took it to the chest. Yeah.
I'll just like step back behind Lady Hellblade, just like, ooh.
Awesome. Okay. You do that. Superb. Hemlock, you take a step. You kind of shuffle behind Lady Hellblade in this moment of time. Awesome. We're going to actually have Tusher go first before. You never actually took an action, Tusher, before Nikolaus did. So I'm going to have you go first in this exchange. You hear the Reggie's voices.
Like,
yeah.
Tusher.
Yeah, so Tusher was talking, then, that happened. He grows really still. And then he just suddenly turns towards Nikolaus, rushing towards him as he throws 2 darts at Nikolaus. And each of the darts has like a little swarm of these little ethereal bee-like spirits covering it. So the first attack gonna be a 21 to hit.
Yeah, that hits me.
I almost wish
23
this was
to
like
Yeah,
one
that
of those
also
scenarios
hits me.
where like the robot man's eyes turn like from blue to red or something.
It's gonna be 17 points of dart
Jeez.
damage.
From 2 different darts, because I gotta make
Yeah.
2 con checks to maintain my spell.
Oh yeah, so one dart is 9, another dart is 8. Actually, no, one dart is 16. The other dart is 8. And then the bees are gonna do some damage.
You're doing sneak attack on me?
I have no choice.
Well, I mean, how do you get sneak attack on me? That's what I'm curious about. Because I'm not threatening myself.
I thought we didn't begin.
One of at this point in time, one of Tusher's allies is standing next to you.
I see. Okay. Yeah, my spell's gonna go away. The stinking cloud evaporates. Oof, 17 damage. Okay.
Okay. 17 damage. Awesome.
Wait, plus 1d6 for the swarm damage. That's gonna be 5 more.
Great. Ow.
And Tusher appears right next to you, and because he's a thief, he uses his fast hands for a bonus action to uncork his alchemy jug, and he's gonna begin rubbing your skin with some honey.
Oh, good.
And all the while, Tusher, you're hearing, delicious, delicious, sweeten them up, sweeten them up. That's what we like.
I gotta prepare
You're
dinner.
delicious.
I gotta prepare dinner. I gotta prepare
Yes,
dinner. Is
perfect.
what you hear, Nikolaus.
Nikolaus, you hear that chanting, right? And you spot that there's a little Reggie sitting on Tusher's shoulder at this point. Sort of like as Tusher went quickly, Reggie was like, whoa, and like kind of had to hold on, but is otherwise just holding on to Tusher's back.
Okay. Great. Okay.
Oh, one last thing. Sorry. Because I hit
Yeah,
you and I'm a
no.
ranger, you're my favorite foe because you're the first enemy I hit, so take an extra
Yeah.
4.
Great.
I did not expect to be attacking my friends.
Okay, awesome. Nikolaus, it's your turn.
Cool. So, the door to this chamber, we closed it or it's still
It's
open?
like partially ajar.
Okay. So, can I see out it?
You could make you spot some stuff going on out there, yeah.
Okay. But I can see some space out there past
Yeah,
the door.
yeah.
Okay. So, I'm going to issue a command to Boner 4, that's the skeleton who's with me, to just stop Tosher.
Okay, perfect.
And
Great.
I'm going to cast Misty Step and teleport back into the main chamber.
Superb. You do so. You arrive.
Yeah.
Appearing
Why don't you go
behind
ahead
everybody.
and place me wherever
Done.
Yeah. Okay. And then, because I am not going to pass up this opportunity. Aha! Foolish mortals! You have come to your doom!
It's good for everyone that I'm not visible right now because the stifling my laughter is hard.
Make an intimidation check.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a 24.
24. Immediate. Okay, awesome. You arrive. Ha! You fools! We're gonna now go to the top of the round. Tusher, I had given you your action. You can. We're gonna come back to you. We're gonna just come back to you, and I'm gonna hear Tusher.
Was the intimidation check a full action to intimidate?
Oh
them
no,
and
I
stuff?
guess no. Yeah. So
This
your bonus
Misty Step
action
is
was to
only a
move.
bonus action.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I am, since I have already cast a spell, a leveled spell this round, I am going to just cast a cantrip, and that is going to be dancing lights, or I just produce a bunch of lights that look like will-o-wisps and just kind of send them flying around the room to add to the confusion.
Awesome. Cool. You're casting a will-o-wisp. These dancing lights are happening, right? Superb. You can make an attack roll with your skeleton in this moment in time.
Right.
Against Tusher.
He's just gonna try and grab Tusher.
Oh, sure.
Doing some grapple.
Is he doing any damage to
I guess I
Tusher?
rolled an attack roll for him. That's not what I'm supposed to roll, is it? How do the grapple rolls work nowadays?
I would just make a strength check.
Okay.
Okay.
4.
Tusher,
Yeah.
make a check. Back, athletics or acrobatics.
Okay. That's a nat 20 for 25.
No. Tusher, you just deflect them entirely.
Like his finger joints come apart and just.
Gotta make dinner. Gotta make dinner.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay. You are chanting this Tusher. We're going to come back to you. The cleric, as you make your 24 intimidation check, the cleric, the glorious knight of St. Cuthbert, right? The priest, as you arrive and go, ha, you fools! The cleric turns and a face of fear across them as he sees Lady Hellblade and you having now just arrived out of the mist in this moment, goes, nope. Casts the spell and immediately teleports out of there.
Okay.
Frederick turns. What?
Still laughing.
Apathy. It's your turn.
Oh, excellent. Okay. since I did not, in fact, buy a ticket to Remy's Ratatouille dinner, I am 100% gonna deal with this thing on Norval's shoulder. I will start by drawing my sword just in case I need it, but I have one really neat trick, and I'm gonna go ahead and use it against this rat on Norval's shoulder. And it is called Eldritch Maul, and it is literally counts as a bonus action, and it is my tattoo attacking this guy from the
Oh.
dark.
What? That's so cool. All right.
Badass.
Yeah. He it's 1d6 of force damage against Reggie
Go for it.
because I'm hiding in the dark with my scary Eldritch Claw tattoo.
You need to get 3 hit points of damage to kill Reggie.
Okay. Well, let's roll this bad boy then. I'm gonna come over here and do it because I have a d6 over here. I got 3.
That's a 3. You watch as the Reggie standing on Norval's shoulder. Suddenly, the tattoo whips out. It smashes into Reggie, and Reggie goes ah! And falls over, just fully outdone. And you see Norval go, what's going on? Apathy. Anything else you're like to do?
Oh, no, I'm not going to answer that. I'm still hiding in the darkness. Nobody saw that. Nicholas probably knows what happened, but like, nobody, nope. Just over here in the dark.
I love it when she does that.
Cool. Awesome.
Focus.
Apathy, you do that. Daphnia is going to go. Daphnia turns, raising up a hand and goes, Norval, are you okay? And Norval goes, yeah, I had voices in my head. All right, pull yourself together. Stop being a fool. And then raises a fireball again and takes aim and shoots it again at you, Hemlock. Awesome.
It's just the firebolt that she's casting.
Yep, just
or
a firebolt.
Fireball.
A firebolt.
Okay.
Hemlock with a nat 20. Daphnia whips it in your direction. And you take 2d10 worth of damage.
Oh no.
Oh dang.
I'm next to my healing spirit too. I'll be okay.
You take 11 points of fire damage.
Yeah, let's go.
And Daphnia, as you take, Hemlock, as you take this damage, you hear a little voice in your head going, hello, would you like to faint anytime soon? And you are reminded that you have a Swan Song Stone. It's one of the artifacts given to you by the Galahad Agency to be killed. And it just checks in on a nat 20.
Yeah.
Would you like to die?
And do we have to say yes, or
You must give consent and it will start
Okay.
trying to do it.
Okay. So I just kind of shake it off and I'm just like, oh, come on. I mean, you take one firebolt to the face and all of a sudden you're kicked out. Jeez, come on.
Okay, cool. Awesome. So Daphnia goes, Frederick is going to go. Frederick raises a blade, swinging it down on you, Lady Hemlock, or Hellblade, and taking the swing with a 10 is going to very much miss you.
Okay.
Awesome. So it's a swing down, right? No, shoot. And looking up at you with a bit of fear in this moment in time. Then it's going to be Norville. You hear Norville going, don't worry, Frederick, I got you. And takes aim and shoots. And you see, Nicholas, that they're all ignoring you in this moment of time. They might kind of fixated on Lady Hellblade in this moment. And takes aim.
She is very striking.
You see as the bolt just sort of bounces off of you, Lady Hellblade.
All right.
Hemlock, it's your turn. Wait, no, Lady Hellblade, Lady Hellblade, you go, and then Hemlock. Yeah.
Okay. At the start of your turn, you can roll a d6 and regain the hit points.
Oh, nice. Let me do that real quick then. D6. Oop, oop. 2, but I'll take it. Okay, so if they were like actually managing to hit me in a decent way, I would try to use that performance to like make it look like it did more than it did. But they're not. Um, Instead of attacking with the sword, I'm going to try to like maybe do that kind of like lift the boot and kick and try to kick Frederick back.
Okay, awesome. I'll make a opposed strength check against you if you just want to make a strength check.
Sure. Please actually roll it. 12.
All right, awesome. You boot forward and you manage. You see as Frederick actually like catches your boot in this moment of time and goes, "Not today, villain. We have another secret up our sleeves." Awesome. Anything else you want to do, Lady Hellblade?
No, I want to see where this goes.
Okay, perfect. Cool. Awesome. Hemlock.
Can I tell how Nicholas is looking? In terms of like, Nicholas, you always look a little bit like
Yeah.
undeadish.
Yeah, Nicholas is very pale. He's actually very well built for a wizard. Like, he has above average strength. He can probably bench 300.
Whoa.
It's probably stronger than Frederick, is what I'm saying.
Frederick
but
immediately can tell.
yeah, he's like, "Oh, bro." I'm like, "Bro."
Because I see you looking kind of like when we notice you arrive, I'm expecting a certain appearance from you, but not for you to have looked roughed up. So I'm just
Yeah, do you
curious
see
if we
these
can
like
tell.
darts sticking out of me?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you recognize those darts as Tusher's darts.
So I'm gonna be like, hey, what's up with that?
Which has
And then
been taken over by the rats.
Is this through your telepathic bond you're doing this?
Yes.
Yeah.
We need to leave.
oh,
we had a job to do.
Running fight. Let's go.
okay. Then I'm gonna take off because I want to go to Tusher to see what's up with my friend.
Okay.
So I'm gonna try to skitter past everybody.
She
Awesome.
can handle it.
You're gonna take briefly. I'll just do this as you're racing along. I'm just gonna check. You see as Frederick really, or Norville manages to slice you for 4 damage
Okay.
as you race past. As they're all taking attacks of opportunity against you,
Yep.
but it's basically just you diving and dipping, and then eventually getting hit once. And you manage in your turn. You can arrive here and actually get into the doorway if you wanted to, and see Tusher.
Okay. Awesome.
You see Tusher is sort of grappling a little bit and has now pushed away the skeleton and is standing there. And you see a little Reggie on Tusher's back.
That little piece of shit. Okay. I'm gonna I'm gonna shoot him. The rat this time.
Awesome. Cool.
Okay. This time. Fingers crossed. Oh, that's pretty good. That is a 14.
You successfully hit the rat.
Hell yeah.
Nice. The crossbow bolt does 8 points of damage.
Reggie just gets pinned off of a just destroyed and knocked away from Tusher. Tusher, you're back.
Oh my god. What have I done?
Oh my god, you shot Nicholas so many times.
Oh my god, Hemlock, thank you so much for freeing me. Are the adventurers still okay? Is Nicholas okay?
I shot one of them too.
Whoa, I expected that from Lady Hellblade, but not you. Look, I think we
Nicholas.
need to really focus on these rats. I think they could really mess things up for us.
Yeah, this room's crazy. That's probably my turn.
Awesome. Tusher, it is going to be your turn. You see that there's still Reggie in the room.
Yeah, so Tusher wants to throw his first dart at that Reggie.
Okay.
Oh, nat 20.
Oh, no.
29.
What does it look like? You're going to kill Reggie. There's no question about it. What does Tusher do in this moment?
Yeah, so I think Tusher is actually still talking to Hemlock, and he's like finishing his sentence, like, we really need to take care of these rats. And then he just casually like throws a dart as he turns around to regard Reggie, and it just spears him right through the mouth, through his body, and just, sends him flying to the far wall where it pins him.
you see as you do this, right? And that was the first part of your turn. And for the second part of your turn, you see that the Reggies are gonna react a little bit. You see that there's, in the mushrooms, you see a bunch of other Reggies pop up and look around and then go, stop killing us. Look, you won this round, but next time, dinner.
That's not how it works. And I'm gonna throw another dart.
Oh no! Okay, go.
23 to hit.
Oh no! You're gonna kill this Reggie.
7 damage.
7. You kill the other Reggie in this moment in time, and you see as the Reggie starts scattering, like when you've seen a bunch of mice in like a haystack, and they're just like going. You see all these Reggies starting to be like and going and just diving through walls, and a lot of them are going and like vanishing away into like the back recesses or up that chimney.
Okay. And I think maybe for like the last bit of my turn, I'll use my bonus action to just throw a flask of oil like against the far wall, trying to splatter as many of these mushrooms as I can.
Rad. Sweet. Okay, done. Yeah. This glass shatters. Superb. Nicholas, it's your turn.
Okay. Nicholas is a professional, consummate professional. How hurt do these adventurers look?
They all look pretty good. Basically untouched except for Frederick.
Ignore me at your peril, Thunderwave.
Oh my god.
And
Awesome.
based on where they're standing, it looks like I'm going to hit Daphne, Norville, and Frederick, but I'm not going to hit Lady Hellblade.
Okay, done. Yeah.
So yeah, here we go. I'm only casting this as a first level Thunderwave. If I wanted to, I could shatter every bone in their stupid bodies.
Okay.
But you're not.
I'm a consummate professional. All right, so the Thunderwave save is 17.
Okay. They all pass.
Okay.
What?
It's a total of 9 points of thunder damage, so they would each take, I guess, 4.
4 points of thunder damage. You see is Frederick turns, is still holding your boot and goes, for the might of the heroes, is holding onto you, right? You see as Daphne is sort of like, shields herself for a second, and you see as Norville sort of turns and just gets blasted by it. And you see as Daphne, who nat 20s it, sort of blasts away and goes, Frederick, we have to use our secret weapon. Anything else, Nikolaus?
Secret weapon. No, that'll do it. I'm just standing there.
Awesome.
Blah.
As you all stand there, you see is Apathy. Is there anything you want to do on your turn?
Yes.
Okay.
I have drawn my sword already. I am actually going to engage with Nicholas
Oh,
and
yep,
and
okay.
and pretend to be sword fighting. And basically hint to him that when Frederick comes to help me, because he totally will, that you need to cry out in defeat and vanish, which is a thing that you can do. So make him think that you're beating me, and then he'll come to rescue me, and then you make him think he beat you. But
So
like,
you're just conveying that all to me, and
wow, we're
kind of like
Nice.
sword fighting. We've done this
I
a
see
couple
Apathy
of
coming at
times.
me with the sword, and I'm like, okay, so we're gonna play this like
We're
the
gonna-
tag team defeated villain, or she wants revenge. Either way, I'm
gonna-
losing this fight.
Just the first one. Just the first one. I'm definitely, and you can tell immediately that I'm like, I don't mean it.
Oh yeah, I'm right there with you.
Okay, Apathy, make your attack.
All
Because
right,
you are actively striking Nikolaus. Nikolaus, you can make your attack. We're basically fishing for a crit here.
I didn't mean to do that.
Um,
I clicked something that was not right.
oh, good.
Athletics. All right, I hit with an 11.
11. Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nikolaus, you can actually just elect to get hit, right? This is more just performance. And the fact that you're choosing to get hit, Nikolaus, in this moment. You two, I'm going to come back to you. You're staging your scene in this moment.
Oh, yeah.
You will make it with
I gotta plan.
performance with advantage for you all, right? You're
Okay.
performing now. Lady Hellblade, as you stand there, Apathy, you've made your strike. So we're going to come back to you two, and you're going to build up Apathy and Nicholas on your scene here. Lady Hellblade, as you stand there, Frederick goes, and now the secret weapon. He reaches into a pocket and pulls out and waves in your face a hunk of garlic. Like freshly bought little piece of garlic, super small. And Frederick goes, all vampires and their spawn cannot handle the smell and the odor and delicious taste of garlic.
I rolled a 14 on a performance check to like react the way they expect me to react here.
Okay.
You know, staggering back.
So you stagger back, and I'll now remind all of my players as we're starting to get into more performance. Your Swan Song songs can be triggered by you. So you can say to your Swan Song Stone, I just want you to go off, and it will start knocking you out. So as Frederick is holding this, he turns and goes, Norville, Daphnia, Ilsa, we're succeeding, we're defeating them.
Yes, we are.
Awesome. You see as Daphnia stands there and is watching, but it takes another aim, kind of like has been tracking you this whole time, Hemlock, and races forward and opens the door where you all are.
Does she fire bolt into the room that
Oh, yeah.
It's full of oil
Tusher's
and
just full of
spores.
oil?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, she does.
Okay.
Yes.
You can't evade me, you villainous rat! Throws a firebolt in.
I've seen this scene in Baldur's Gate 3. I know what's about to happen.
Awesome. The firebolt goes. Do either of you want to help it get to the oil, or do you just accept it hitting somewhere?
Absolutely want to help it get to the oil.
Okay, we're going to give you two, if you want, collectively make a performance check.
Nice.
Maybe you just do it. I give you advantage, or should
Done.
I roll? Okay.
Done. Yeah.
15.
15. Awesome. We're going to now kind of leave combat for a second, and we're now in performance as we start to close this out. You see as Norville, Frederick, is driving you back, Lady Hellblade, and we're going to start with you, and then we're going to go kind of like in location order. Then we're going to go with Niklaus and Apathy, and then we're going to go into Tusher and Hemlock. But you see as Frederick is driving you back, and then you see Norville step up behind Frederick and go, have at the and holds out an onion, just like a yellow onion as well, and says, yes, we're driving you back. The stench can't stop you. Lady Hellblade, what was your performance, and what happens?
So my performance was a 14. So what she's doing is like staggering back, like gauntleted hand to the throat, like just sinks to a knee, you know, like, drops the sword with like a clang kind of thing, and is like she's gasping for air.
Hello. Would you like to go unconscious?
Yes.
Your Swan Song Stone buried on you, hidden in secret ways that make it very hard to get, triggers in this moment. You feel it cast feign death on you. You suddenly become resistant to all damage as all goes dark and you crumple to the ground.
Clang.
Awesome. We now cut to Niklaus and Apathy.
I just need you to know I got a 24 on that performance roll.
Oh
So-
my god.
Nice.
I'm going to make my check as well. I do have some performance skill, although not nearly as much as she does. So here we go. Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad. 22. Yes.
Nice.
All right. So we're pulling the old Romeo and Juliet technique. So
Okay.
Apathy comes at me with the sword. The sword sticks into me. I grab Apathy's shoulders and I pull myself through the sword and just right down onto Apathy's neck.
Oh, you see his Daphne is like, no, Ilsa, no.
And I cast Feign Death on Apathy.
Ooh. Ooh,
which
interesting.
will knock you unconscious, basically,
Yeah.
and make it look like I just killed you.
As you cast Feign Death on Apathy, Nikolaos, the spell immediately gets counterspelled, and Apathy, you hear your Swan Song Stone go, would you like to go unconscious?
Yeah, let's do that.
It casts Feign Death on you. Nikolaos, you hear as the blade is in you, would you like to go unconscious?
No.
All right, make a Constitution saving throw. DC 5.
I'm not real great at these, so we'll see how this goes.
I mean, DC 5.
Yeah,
The
I'm
odds
still
are
not
with
great
you.
at them, though. Okay. I did not make it. I got a 3. My con is +1. What do you
Nicholas,
want?
this is not your first rodeo. You know that Swan Song Stones, right? They basically, if you try to deny them, and they are going to knock you out eventually once you, but they'll like tick up. They're trying to give you a swan song, right? They're trying to help you sell the scene. But in this moment of time, you kind of try to resist it for a second, but is it triggers against you, you go unconscious.
I'm a vampire, not a. Okay.
As you do so, you crumble to the ground. Apathy, you've also crumbled to the ground, and the fireball shoots in. Hemlock and Tusher, what does it look like?
I guess we'll yell out like, "They found the lair!" Oh! And just begin to like fake choke from the smoke. And what does it look like? Because you know where you threw all the oil.
Yeah, so when the fireball goes off, does it just create a fire, or does it actually create like an explosion?
I would say that in this case, like it will go. It's like a little of fire. Yeah.
Okay. I think Tusher's gonna yell out, "Fire! Our only weakness! No!" And he's going to like acrobatically spin backwards, doing like a little 360 twirl as his body goes limp.
Awesome.
As he activates his Swan Song Stone.
Okay, great.
And I want to use sleight of hand in the meantime to like just scatter coins around me as my body falls to the ground.
Hemlock, what happens for you?
I'm gonna be like, "I failed you, master!" As I just like pretend to choke and all the if there's makes an effect of like there's like extra smoke kind of filling the room as though there's like that fire kind of was even more cool than maybe it turned out to be.
It explodes, the flames burn, right? As you say, "I found you, master!"
Oh, and I shall do an also swan song. Dramatic choke and collapse as I'm like,
Yes, perfect. I'm going to actually come back to Nikolaos. I was mistaken. If you deny the swan song, it will not fight you. It waits for your consent. I was mistaken. So if you have a final thing you want to say, Nikolaos, basically what happens is you're laying there and you see as Frederick runs over and grabs Ilsa and goes, "We met not but 30 minutes ago, and I knew you were the one. Why'd you have to go?
So glad I'm dead for this.
Why? No.
Okay.
Everybody loot her. Loot all their bodies. Make sure we get every last bit of coin off of them."
So I'm not unconscious yet, right?
Right.
Is that what you're saying? Okay.
Right. You will have to give the stone's like, "Do you want to go unconscious?" And it's
I'm
waiting.
gonna bolt back up. Ha!
No.
You foolish adventurers! You haven't seen the last of me. Gaseous form.
Oh, all right. You vanish. You see as Frederick goes, "My God, I will have my revenge, vampire lord. I will have it.
Yeah. That's
From
what I
now
needed
on,
to get done.
your nickname will be the murderer of my love. Para Vold Vampire I'm workshopping it. Daphne is just standing there, clutching her head. And then you immediately in gaseous form watch is like after that, like a couple beats hit, and then Frederick goes, "All right, gang, let's loot them. Let's get out of here. We gotta go." And they just start to loot you all.
Yeah, I think on my body they find like the hoard of really healthy fruits and vegetables, and they find some extra good berries that Tusher has cast and kept on his body.
Cool. What else do they find?
An alchemy jug.
Awesome. I will roll against you. If you want to say that I have to find an item, I will check to see if I find it. So if there's an item you don't want to lose. But if they find your alchemy jug, sounds good.
Yeah.
Well, so my armor cannot be removed from me as long as I'm attuned to it.
Is it, like part of her skin?
Yeah, it's literally part of me. But they could take my sword and probably the brooch of shielding holding my cloak on.
Rad. They gather this up. Okay, awesome. Hemlock, what do they find?
Will they loot me? I am very smelly.
You're absolutely right. They avoid you.
Okay. It would be mostly like the potions and poisons are all on me. So, I mean, if they wanted to get close enough, that would be the easiest stuff to grab.
There's
Because
also
they
the glass jar of poop.
They spot it. They actually, you see as they walk over and like Norville starts picking up because they saw potions on you. They're like, "Oh God, it's so smelly," and they start picking stuff up. And you see, I'm gonna make a luck roll to see which one of them grabs the jar of poop. Frederick, and Frederick pops it open and goes, "All right, healing potion up." Just shoves it in this moment and immediately vomits, just vomiting everywhere. And Nikolaus, you're bearing witness to all of this, right? And Daphne is just like, God, no. So all the things that you are offering up basically leave your inventory. Ilsa, aka Apathy, what do they find on you?
I mean, I have my sword, but it doesn't look. It looks like it would be more trouble to carry than it would be worth.
Yeah.
And like my cloak looks like it's a ratty old crummy cloak that's now gross from the sewer. All my really good stuff is tattooed onto my body, and they can't steal that. Frederick will find his 5 gold that he paid me in the marketplace, so he gets his money back for that.
You watch as he picks it up. He stares at it very deeply, and Nikolaus, you're bearing witness as wheels are turning. You weren't aware of what occurred here, but you know that something's happening in Frederick's mind, and Frederick goes, "Right, okay, more money. Sounds good. All right, gang, let's get out of here."
Not
you
surprised
see as the
when a
party
poop drinker
gathers together. They leave with your items. A beat passes. Nikolaus, you can start to return. And then as you another beat passes, you see a door open up in the room next to you. And you see as you watch the tall albino elf walk through the dimension door. Huh. So they all did their job properly, I guess. A couple beats pass and your feigned deaths fade off, and you are awoken by your swan song stones. All right, everybody, get up. We got to go back to HQ. There's news.
We'll dispel my gaseous form.
Lovely.
Tusher slowly gets up. Good news, I hope.
Percy's dead. Let's go.
That's not good news.
And walks through the door. And at that, we will end the adventure there.
Oh.
Percy,
Right.
I do have one last
I
comment.
told him those cigars would kill him.
Lady Hellblade is going to look at Nikolaus and go, "Why are you covered in honey?" And then
Oh, yeah, 100%. You say that, and you see is sticking her head through the dimension door going, honestly, I thought the same thing. Now hurry up and let's go.
It's been a while since you bit me on the neck. Like that was a
just a nibble anyway.
All right. And
So-
our adventure will conclude there. Thank you all so much for going on our first adventure.
A successful
Yay, so
first
fun.
adventure heist. Thank you so much.
Reverse heist.
So I have been Eric Scott to be playing Nikolaos, the pseudo vampire lord, and now the rumored vampire lord of the sewers. Follow us on our Discord. We talk all about the game there and our various supporters and sponsors, and we have all kinds of fiction and stuff. There will be more Villains Wanted in the weeks to come, so tune back in next week and see where this goes from there. Take it away, Allie.
Hi, everybody. I am Alexander Pitchford. I played Lady Hellblade, and uh, check out my own writing at patreon.com/Alexander Pitchford. The $1 tier gets you access to literally everything, so like, there's no reason not to check it out. These are short stories, fragments of fiction that I'm working on, that sort of stuff. It's good stuff. Also, be sure to check back in the future because we've got some fun, exciting games in the pipeline as well, with the return of Grey Mantle and Isekai Realms at some point soon. So, ooh. All right, Amanda.
Hi, I've been Amanda Cherry. I'm an author of contemporary and historical urban fantasy. You can find me online at thegingervillain.com, at Amanda the Ginger on the Clock app and the former Bird app. And this weekend at NorwestCon at the SeaTac Doubletree. If you're local to the Pacific Northwest, come see me. We can hang out there. I look forward to doing more of this soon.
I'll be there too.
Rue, that's you.
Just in case.
Yeah,
Anyway.
Eric will be there too.
Awesome. I'm Roz, guest here. Thank you so much for having me. A super fun game. Oh my goodness. I had so much fun. People can check out other games where I'm the Dungeon Master, currently on Quest Keep, over on all of the different kinds of those platforms. Come on over and check us out. We're live on Tuesdays. Yang Yang.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Yang Yang Wang. Stay tuned right after this. We're going to be playing a quick clip from our sponsor, Idle Champions, and a quick clip from one of the adventures that Roz is DMing, Altero. Jake?
And thank you, everybody, for coming and joining us. And thank you, all players. It was so much fun to run this first adventure. I'm excited to continue along with this to see what happened to Percy the pony and to investigate a little bit more the Galahad Corporation. So come and stick around with us as we watch these villains make their way through a world filled with heroes. And it's so fun to see you all. So I'll see you next time. Thank you all. Oh, wait a minute. Before everyone fully leaves, I invite you by the start of next session to pick one of our players. Think about it. Who is the MVP? Who do you think had the best performance here? And let us know in the Discord, whatever it may be. And I'll open with our next session asking that question to see who here returned. And there are going to be benefits for that player. So think about it.
Yeah, we could do like a quick stream poll, maybe either during the hangout or at the very beginning of next session. We'll choose one of those times, and you'll see it in the chat.
Very cool. Thank you, everybody. See you next week.
Pick up your gear and open your chests. Throw on your armor and head out on a quest. Hey, hey. It's a brand new day. On the slow coast, your allies will help with blades and bows and magic as well. Hey, hey. Heroes on their way. Fighting together against overwhelming odds. Fighting together in favor of multiple gods. Idle champions of the forgotten realms. Idle champions, adventure never ends. Idle champions, get your wall and there. Idle champions, you will say it again. Idle champions.
Welcome to Altero, a world filled with romance,
Seduction.
danger,
Oh no. Watch out.
intrigue,
Ooh. What's that about?
night creatures, secrets,
Shh. I'll never tell.
and of course, food.
Yummy.
So join us in Altero for Eat, Slay, Love.
Eat, slay,